No longer my blind to your deception of this love. It's a shame I wanna be free. Yeah.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, get on in here. Get on in here. Yes. Shout out to the Las Vegas street dancers, goddamn it. Seem like they got ice on the bottom of their goddamn shoes when they on that goddamn concrete skating around like that. You only find that out here in Las Vegas like that, baby. Ain't nobody doing that like that nowhere else. Ain't nobody doing it like me. I'm about to be the most hated motherfucking YouTuber in history. Why? Why you say that? Well, tonight's show is being brought to y'all by me, Movie Man Dewey 71 on YouTube. Right here. I'm sponsoring this bitch tonight. Starting tomorrow, Saturday. It's going to be a 4-week course. Each week, each Saturday, I'm giving you steps. Step 1 is tomorrow. It's free. A lot of motherfuckers going to charge y'all how to set your shit up. You know what I'm saying? Charge you 200, 500, 1,000. And try to jam all that shit in one little motherfucking course, then let you figure it out. No, not me. I'm going to give y'all free game. Free game. Free. See this motherfucking picture over here? See this picture up here? In this corner up here? That's me. Right there in that corner. That's my logo. That's my shit. God damn it. And I got it off the mud. I get it out the mud, baby. They know how to shut me down. I'm 5 years in the making. I done gave these motherfuckers a 5-year head start and watch them charge y'all. And motherfucking just ditch y'all. Get y'all money. Taking y'all money. Ain't telling you the right steps though. Ain't telling you the shit that I know. See, I went through the back though. God damn it. I don't need y'all money. I already know how to get it. Without all these subscribers and these you got 1 million subscribers and all this, so you don't need that when you get in the dough. I'm gonna show you how to kick in the dough, get the dough, and just sit back and watch all them flow in. Y'all just gonna flow in. Y'all just gonna flow in. I'm not asking for no money whatsoever. You ain't gotta worry about your money back. You ain't gotta worry about no motherfucking refund. Tune in to tomorrow's show for step 1. This is for all my family, all my friends that's on Facebook right now, watching me live right now on Facebook. Pretty soon, Facebook gonna try to kick me off the motherfucking shit again. That's why I'm getting it out the mud right now again. But when I was kicked back in the mud, I figured out how to get back in. I snuck back in. Now they mad again. Once again, Mark Zuckerberg, shut him down, shut him down, shut him down. That's him again. That's him. That's him. Shut him down now. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna back out with a load on Facebook. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back the fuck out. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. As soon as you see this live, see where it says at Movie Man Dewey 71. That's me. Subscribe to my channel. Listen, only just so you can catch me when the shit go live tomorrow, giving you step 1. After that, step 2. By the end of this month, by that third step, you're gonna be, oh, okay. Step 4 is just putting the final icing on the cake. By that time, God damn it, you gonna fuck around and get a check in the mail, some shit. Damn, oh shit. And then you're gonna see all these other YouTubers. I can't believe it, this motherfucker hating. You're gonna know where the hate coming from too. But stay tuned in. Like I say, this show tonight is sponsored by me. Folks, welcome to the Holmes Reunion 2024 show. I am your host, Movie, a.k.a. Movie Man Dewey, a.k.a. Oh, shit. Is that douche y'all going down the street? Man, let me go check the house and shit. A.k.a. Boo Boo, a.k.a. Putt Putt, a.k.a. Bobby Holmes out there, our general in and cussing them white folks out. Even back in the day. He was calling me nigger. I was calling them honkies. Fight for my motherfucking... I'll get surrounded and be like, oh, these motherfuckers... No, they were supporting me. Whoop his ass, Bobby. Whoop his ass. Yeah. He called you a nigger. Yeah. That's me. Coming in is my gracious co-host, my cousin, Margaretta Rice, a.k.a. Geechee, a.k.a. Miss Whitehead. What's going on, cuz?
Hey, boo boo.
Oh, boo boo. No, she said, Shaw. See, that's another one of my AKAs right there. She gave that to me. Cuz gave that to me over there. Hold on, I'm pointing the wrong way. Cuz right here, she gave me that shit when I was up cutting up. All up in the club, Club 21. All up in Club 21. You go, your cousin Greta. Oh, here I go out the back door. Here I go out the back door. She can't catch me all this shit on, Jerry shit on. Her man at the time, wearing all this shit, wearing all this, looking sharp. All them club, yeah, that was his shit. All of them Club 21 looking sharp. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Cuz we got a good one.
Yes,
we got a good one tonight.
You were. Head to toe. Head to toe. Head to toe.
Hey, it's still playing to this day. I got my own shit now, cuz. I'm head to toe down now.
Head to toe.
Got my own
head
shit
to toe.
Cuz we gonna finish this up because today they gave closing arguments on the motion to disqualify Fani Willis. If y'all been hiding under a rock for this past month, y'all been missing some good shit. And if you want to find out what you missed, go to our channels. Go to Rice Pudding 68 on YouTube. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Or go to my shit. You'll see her as one of my subscribers. And like I said, we don't need all we need subscribers to reach out to y'all. Not for the money. We're giving you free game. Cuz already on the step, the most important steps. But she still gotta get some shit. She still gotta know how to do this little backdrop and shit like I got. She still gotta goddamn it, you know what I mean, work on some few things and shit. Just like I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm still learning it.
I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. She learned.
I'm still learning
giving her the game. I'm just wait on y'all. And y'all gonna see this show get better and better and better. Y'all gonna see my motherfucking shit just like you see these rest of these YouTube that I gave a 5-year head start on. Now they own shit. And I could have been doing this shit, but I fucked around and ran a few bumps in the road. get kicked off this platform, this, and that, and whatever. But I came back, y'all. I came back strong. Coming back strong, goddamn. Because today's closing arguments.
Yes.
Man, I thought they almost had it, cuz. I thought they almost.
Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to all of our family, the Holmes family. Shout out to us. Shout out to all my Rice family, all my friends, everybody that's viewing in tonight. Y'all pull up a seat, get your notepad out, because we're going down some rabbit holes tonight, and y'all can look at this stuff for yourself. This ain't nothing we making up. It's explosive.
All good. This some shit y'all should have been on. This is a soap opera on steroids, y'all. You ever see one of them soap operas that you get in? I mean, I ain't no soap operas or one of them TV shows. The shit get oh man, I gotta tune in next week. I gotta follow what happens next week with this shit. Oh shit, I can't wait to see this shit next week. Goddamn, it's like that. Yeah, you've been following this Trump shit.
It's reality. Trump Rico's finest.
If you've been following the Trump Rico trial down in Atlanta, Georgia, in Full County, how they got Trump ready to goddamn it wrap his ass up in this goddamn Rico case to where he gonna have to wear ankle monitor, y'all. He gonna have to sit his ass down. He ain't gonna be moving around giving these campaigns and shit, talking this shit like he been doing. Oh, they finna shut this. They was on their way to shutting that shit. But now this shit's in jeopardy. Just kind of like in jeopardy now. Right?
Yeah.
So, man, cuz it's been a motherfucking what was this? Where we at? January, February, Black History Month. I hate to see it go because this is one of the best Black History Months I ever been part of in history. Man, it started off with this goddamn this hearing right here. I wasn't even paying attention to the Rico case. Definitely. I wasn't even paying attention to that. It seemed like they was about to get motherfuckers start telling on each other. His rappy started telling. You know how you got a rappy? You know, you get popped off in the case, and you got about 4 or 5 other motherfuckers on the case. One motherfucker start telling you, the next motherfucker start telling you, and all you like, oh my God, I gotta do something. This motherfucker Trump got a cold ass attorney with some other attorneys, with the other attorneys. They started gangbanging.
Well, he got one, and then all the other
conglomerates,
defendants in there, all of their attorneys are in the courtroom. So it's Trump's attorney, and then all of the other ones that were charged with this Rico.
These lawyers gangbanging. You ever seen lawyers gangbanging? One side against the boom, boom, boom. One motherfucker get up, another motherfucker pow, pow, pow. It's like a gangbang. It's amazing.
It was.
Oh my God! So, man, let's go ahead and bring it up. Let me go ahead and bring it up on the screen and shit. This is a sad day for my man Nathan Wade, true player, y'all. This is a player, y'all. I'm sorry, this man is a player. I think he's gonna write a book. Nathan Wade, he ain't gonna have a choice. He got to get some money somewhere. He gonna have some kind of revenue, some kind of income coming in because it's pretty much over with for him in this shit. He got a bad divorce. Divorce is about to get messy for him. Had a nice, clean cut divorce, and all because of a piece of shit that didn't file the paperwork on time. Do y'all actually sit here and believe that Nathan Wade wanted his divorce after he got sworn in? No, this shit was supposed to have been taken care of. All because of the piece of shit attorney at the time, Mr. Funky ass, fat ass. Oh man, I can describe this motherfucking dirtbag.
Bradley, which was his law partner.
His partner.
Dude was his law partner.
Went to school together. His frat buddy. They was frat buddies in college. Oh, it's more than 10. It's more than 10 years, y'all. That's just how long they've been in practice together. Before that, they went to school together. They was, man, it's my dog. Oh, you my dog. That's my dog. Then come time to do a simple filing. And he dropped the ball. And that's when dude, oh, man, you ain't shit. Here it is. I had your back on your cases. You couldn't do this shit for me. Here it is. I got you $100,000 contract.
Right.
You could do this shit for me, dog. What the fuck?
Kept him working.
Well, yeah. He don't want to start taking the trips. He take it as soon as he get his $100,000. He flying here, flying there, trying to be a passport bro. I'm surprised fat ass didn't pop up here in Vegas trying to get some hoes. Cause see, you can be a passport bro and just come to Vegas. You don't need no passport. You'll see all kinds of bitches coming in, tourist attraction. That's a tourist attraction down there on that strip. And you will see all kinds of bitches coming in, ready to get drunk and party on these little bachelorette parties. And all they want is some dick. Have a good time, get some dick, and go on back home like nothing ever happened. Fly back to motherfucking Paris or London or Turkey or Pakistan or wherever the fuck. They fly in from everywhere. They fly in from everywhere just for the weekend. Yeah. You get out there and fuck all kind of hoes out here in Vegas. But look, let's get back on subject. I'm rambling. I'm sorry about that. I'm rambling. This is the court. This is the final closing arguments. I'm going to go ahead and play how, it starts and shit. This is how it starts. Right here. You know what I'm saying? The camera zooming around and shit. Old Judge McAfee. He like these motherfuckers done slung shit all over my courtroom. I don't even like coming to this courtroom. It stinks so bad. I gotta clean this shit up. I gotta clean it. I gotta clean my courtroom up now. See what you motherfuckers did to my courtroom? Look at this nigga there. Look at this handsome ass. Look at the suit, Greta. Look at the suit.
Yeah, he's sharp.
Look at this sharp. Sharp. Look back at the camera here. Like, look at this nigga here. Look at everybody. That's the team right there. See all these motherfuckers with the buttons and shit on this shit. See these little buttons and shit? That's the team. That's the team. We got one missing though. Her name was Anna Cross. Boy, they was missing her today. They was missing Anna Cross today, y'all. I think either way, now see, I don't know if Wade and Fanny together anymore. Rumor is how they putting it now. They ain't even fucking around. But he might be fucking this woman right here. This might be one of the hoes right here. See this chick right here. This might be one of the ones he goddamn it fucking. You want some? You see this one over here back in the back? This light skin right here. This light skin. Shit, he might be hitting that right now. This is a player, y'all. They love him. He got bitches falling all over him. But his divorce is about to get so fucking mad. He's like, man, fuck it, man. You know what? Come on, house. Go and give her the house. You can go and give her the house now. I got to find me another house. She can't have the car, though. She can't have the car. That's my shit. He might have to come up with about another 200 houses. You're going to have to write him a book, a tell-all. He's still going to fuck these hoes. You know what I mean? Oh, who knows? Yeah. He still might be in love with Fanny. He still might love Fanny. Fanny still might love him. But now they just got to go and play this shit off now. Which they should have told the truth. Because can you agree that they should have just went on here and told the truth?
They should have just went on and told.
Because, hey, look. It don't matter how y'all think it look. I love this woman. Yeah, we was fucking. So what, Ed? Huh? Okay. All right. What about you, Ashley, and your husband over there? Well, you got your husband over there sending old stinking ass Bradley tit pics and shit. Bathing suit pics and shit. He was probably just got sucked in. Had this punk Bradley thinking she about to leave her husband and shit. And he about to, oh, did you know this? Did you know that? No, it didn't go like that. It went like this. Dirty dirtbag ass. I wouldn't be surprised if Nathan put hands on that man. Can't sue me. Because nigga, you was a dirtbag. Nigga, you done dumped on bitches some more shit. I wish you would press charges. I'm gonna file these motherfucking cases on your ass so fast they got on you. You better take that money and pay that bitch. That $100,000 you been around spending, you better put that shit in a old girl name in an escrow. That's what you need to do, nigga. Pack your shit, and get out of my office. No, I ain't trying. What? Huh? What? Fuck you, nigga. It went down. I would be a fly on the wall to watch that. Watch what went down in that motherfucker in that law office. Yeah, dude had to get the fuck on. Go on, keep the money. You dirtbag. Keep it. I don't even want it. I will sue you back for that money because you did not do your job. You didn't help out on this case. You couldn't do my divorce. You didn't do shit. We spent the money. It dumped on hoes. It dumped on these bitches around here. You can't. You jealous because I ain't got to do that. Because I got it like that. Oh, you mad? Man, get out. Get the fuck away from me, Terrence. Get out, Terrence. All of a sudden, Terrence want to tell. See, and just kind of blew the case open. Kind of blew their relationship open. Told their business. Then 2 Chainz didn't have no choice but to tell y'all. Yeah, it was 2 Chainz crib and all that. She wasn't even worried about that shit. You can tell 2 Chainz was, hey, she kept the G. 2 Chainz kept the G. 2 Chainz showed him this is what you should do. She went on told the truth. Resign. And y'all threatened to fire me or either resign. I chose to, you know what I mean? I didn't even want people to know that. I got another job now. Now I just look on my job. Now I gotta go to work the next day. Motherfuckers say, oh, so that happened on your last job? You know what I mean? Now she gotta explain shit. She didn't want to go through that. But she told the truth. They been kissing and hugging. And showing affection. When? Back around about 2000. Yeah, about 2019. She did right. She kept the G. All she did was make one appearance. Once they told her to step off the Zoom, that was it. You never saw 2 Chainz again. Why? Because her shit was good. There was no back and forth with old girl. But this piece of shit Bradley, they had him on the goddamn off and on and off the stand, come back. He had to turn around and go get another lawyer because of this bullshit. His attorney-client privilege is shit. But let's continue, cuz. Let's continue with this sharp ass nigga here. Man, this nigga sharp. Huh?
Yeah, he is.
He ain't looking like he was on the stand a few weeks back.
No, he looked good today. He looked good today.
He came back. Hey, he came back even more. Oh, you niggas think I'm down? Shit. Check this out, niggas. Look at that glitter. Tell him, dude, man, I hope this shit go good today. This motherfucker better not fuck up. Where old girl at? Shit, I don't know. She ain't here. Oh, there she is on Zoom. Oh, Anna Cross. They should have had Anna Cross in the motherfucking. They should have had her. She would have gave a better. She would have gave a much better closing argument. I'm not gonna ruin this for y'all. I'm gonna let y'all see for yourself. God damn. Because the gang banging came to a close.
It got real.
These 4 lawyers that got today on the Trump side, they was like, no, Your Honor. You better listen real good. We gonna kick this case right up. If you don't kick this can up the street, we gonna kick it up the street. Because the appellate is right up the street. Yeah.
Yeah, they said that. They said that already. That's what their next move was.
And it's not over with for Fani, y'all. It's not over. She has a congressional coming up here in a couple weeks. I'm not gonna ruin it for y'all. We're here around about March 15th. Fani got to go sit in front of some mofos. And they're gonna be asking all.
We're gonna update everybody in that because it's been turned into a whole mess.
A lot of bar licenses up for grabs.
Yeah,
it's gonna be some new attorneys in Fulton County. It's all them
lawyers in the courtroom.
It's about to be some whole new set of lawyers coming in the Fulton County, y'all. Waiting in line.
Now, y'all see you see them lawyers there?
Yeah. Look, everybody with the little badge, with these little badges on, them little pins on their shit. Yeah.
Yeah. They're all district attorneys. Well, state's attorneys.
State's attorney. Prosecutors.
State's attorneys. Mm-hmm.
No, they prosecutors, but Nathan is the special. Nathan,
Yes.
Nathan is above all of that. Put in position.
Yes.
Which all they had
Yes.
to do was tell the truth. Just tell the truth.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And so,
Because they were digging
well,
in,
yeah, we
they
wanted
were-
to keep
they-
it private.
and why this court is this court case is going on is because Trump's lawyers are trying to find some dirt, any type of
Anything.
anything
Anything.
that they have done against the law, so to speak, in their practice, the district attorney's office, to have this case dismissed. They want it dismissed, but the district attorney's job is to prosecute those fraud ballot cases.
Y'all see
And
this
it's
white man
all
right
here.
here? See that white man right there sitting right there next to his wife?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't see him the whole time.
No.
Oh, guess who gets up there? Guess who comes up first to bat? Up to the plate, designating it and shit. Yeah. Which makes me think even more. He put Ashley on dude. Like a pimp.
Yeah, he did, because he had to defend her when he first came out. He had to defend his wife of her what she did. But what she did was unethical,
Yeah.
And the district
do no
attorney's
shit.
office was like, regardless of what you do, they could turn around and come back, and because the bar association is gonna come and get them because of what she did in them text messages.
They finna clean up.
Everything that was in those text messages was not disclosed to the public. It
And
was
it's leaking.
only saw the judge's eyes.
It is leaking.
They're not gonna leak
as
them.
we speak.
They're not gonna leak hers, unless somebody
No, they
from
got
the
hacked,
district
cuz.
attorney's.
Oh, this just in. That shit got
Yeah,
hacked. And it's up for ransom.
Yeah,
They don't pay
it's
the
been
ransom.
hacked.
Oh, they finna drop all that shit. We all gonna be able to get a hold
But
of that.
but the thing of it is who hacking? I give you one guess of who hacked the district attorney's
Trump
computer
his
system.
reports. And his Russian
Because it's been hacked.
Yeah,
They've been
yeah.
already said that before the trial started that their systems has been hacked.
And they shut it down
And they've
and now
been
they back
trying
again.
to. Yeah, they've been trying to get their systems back online and get them back in order. So you could take 10 guesses, and I bet you your first one will be the right guess of who hacked the district attorney's office.
My guess would be Trump.
Their
He and his
office
cohorts and
in
his
the-
connections.
Yeah.
Y'all got it
Yeah.
fucked up. Trump got connections ever since before.
But they
he was
don't
president,
understand
during
that
his
they can-
president, and after president.
But-
you got connections now.
Yeah, but
Even more.
these attorneys don't understand. For the one that's going for Trump, Boots, he don't understand. Don't you know your client can be brought up on more charges if they find that they were connected to that? The hacking.
Yeah.
He just digging himself a deeper grave.
Yeah.
And then they could turn around and put him on.
Look how she's smiling. Look how she's smiling that way. You see that? See, this is a player. Did y'all just see that? Did you see Wade walk up to the goddamn what's the name? What's that? The clerk, the record. What do you call him?
Court reporter.
The
Court recorder.
Watch this. Watch this. See, this is player shit. This type of shit your boy be doing to the ladies when I walk up on them. They crack that smile. Hey, Bobby. How you doing, Mr. Holmes? Hey, Mr. Holmes. Yeah, watch this shit. See, this player shit. I'm getting the book. When this book come out, oh yeah, I'm about to talk up some more good game. See, I'm about to put, hey, I fucks with you, Wade. Hey, Nathan, I fucks with you, bro. I'm in your corner, man.
Yeah.
Should have told the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Should have told the truth. That probably would have kept Fani from coming out there.
But
I
I
hope you
think
still
he
love
did.
him.
They did tell the truth. I
Watch
don't
this,
think
y'all.
that their relationship
Watch
got
this player
intense
shit.
until like they said.
Look at her face. Look. Come on now. That's the swagger. That's the charm. That's the charismatic. You're looking very fine today, Mr. Wade. Yeah. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need me to do? Okay, all right. Thank you. Yeah. He has that effect on that whole motherfucking office. All them fine black women running. You think he ain't got their number? Or they didn't give him his number? Here's my number, Mr. Wade. Here you go. Call me anytime. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Shit. Got that man fucked up. Y'all got that man fucked up. This ain't it for him. It's gonna be many things this man could get off into. This man was a motherfucking judge. Player.
So he already knows.
Separated.
He already know what's going on. This ain't going no further. This ain't going no further. You know, they're gonna kick the can up the road to the appellate court, but the judge already told him, you know, his ruling is gonna be his final ruling. And he hopes that everybody will accept his ruling. He told them that. So we already basically know what it is. Because they already said, well, we're gonna file an appeal. 2 or 3 of the attorneys over there. He was like, okay.
I think the judge is gonna make a he gonna comment on something like that. Yeah, it might go. It might be just up to them or whatever. I remember him, the judge saying that too. Now that you brought it up,
Yeah.
So they getting all set up here.
But his ruling is his ruling.
They setting all this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Holmes family, if you live, the link is in the Holmes family reunion chat. Click that link. Get in line. I'll bring you up too. Get your comments ready. I want to know what y'all think too. Me and Cuz don't want to be in all on this shit. It's y'all chance too, family. Come on here on this live. Let your friends and the other family members see you on this live. Click that link. Get down there. I'll put you up in here. There's enough room for everybody in this motherfucker tonight. I put about 10 motherfuckers on this tonight now. It's just being Cuz. Don't say I won't be reaching out. It's pretty soon.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna
come on in here, y'all.
Cuz I don't blame Cuz for not being in this damn Holmes family chat thing on Facebook. You can't blame her. And you ain't gonna be able to blame me too. Because I'm gonna be up out of that motherfucker. I'm gonna be up the whole Facebook, period. Before they shut this shit down. Shit. I'm gonna still keep going on YouTube. But they ain't gonna hey, YouTube don't fuck with me like that. YouTube don't fuck my shit around like that. It ain't YouTube's fault. The reason why I'm playing 5-year catch up, it's not YouTube's fault. YouTube ain't never went to my sponsors, right? My sponsors talking about I said this, said that. No, it's Facebook. Facebook don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. Facebook can't stand y'all black ass. Especially you niggas, man. Facebook don't fuck with y'all niggas, man. Say something out of pocket online, but you don't get paid for it online. Watch what happens to your shit, to your profile. They'll lock you up.
They know they've already been in Facebook jail.
Yo, fuck y'all ass.
They know they've already been in Facebook jail.
They ain't fuck with me though.
30 days.
Hey, shut me down. Shit, shut me down, Facebook. Fuck it now. Bye. Shit. Come on. Do it, Facebook. I dare you. Cause I got lawyers down here, goddamn it, in Vegas that'll get at your ass. They're already on your ass with the class action lawsuit. So if you're part of that class action lawsuit, you're probably gonna get them about 10 little funky ass dollars or something like that. But it's the fact that you fought back and you don't like your information being sold to a third party. Just think about that. They're selling your information. They done sold your information. It's a data mining operation going on with Facebook. That's why Mark Zuckerberg was in front of Congress, putting your kids' shit in jeopardy. Your kids be on Facebook and got their information out there. See, that's fucked up. We're gonna wait till the judge get in here. When they say all rise, goddamn it, we're gonna judge gonna come in. Let's fast forward. Let's go ahead. Fast
Everybody
forward.
get their pen and paper together so you know who everybody is and be
Oh,
able to follow along.
Hold on. I don't want y'all to miss this part though. Guess who else come in the courtroom today? Yeah, looking good too, looking fine, just as fine as she can be too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was
Yeah, y'all
looking
just
good.
wait. She was looking rich. She looked way. A lot of these motherfuckers looking better than they did when they was on the stand. Notice how they looking today. Watch how many look today, goddamn. Let me see if I can got them. Okay, here we go. We getting close. We getting close. Oh. There you go.
Superior for the Fulton County Last Position Serving is now in session. The Honorable Judge Scott Packard presiding. Court will now come to order.
Please be seated. All right, we are back on the record with 23 SC 188947. Beginning with the state, I can have counsel for today identify themselves for the record.
I don't body can say it.
All right.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Steve Sadow and Jennifer Littleford, President Trump. He's actually down before.
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Sato.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Richard Rice and Chris Lewis from Mr. Geely and Mr. Geely.
All right, on behalf of Mr. Giuliani,
Alan Stockton, on behalf of Mayor Giuliani, Vice President.
thank you. On behalf of Mr. Meadows,
Your Honor, Jim Durham, on behalf of Mr. Meadows, he waives his appearance.
on behalf of Mr. Clark,
Harry McDougall, Your Honor, Mr. Clark waives his appearance.
on behalf of Mr. Roman,
Good morning, Judge. Ashley Merchant and John Merchant on behalf of Mr. Roman, and he waives.
on behalf of Mr. Schaefer,
Good morning, good afternoon, Your Honor. Craig Gillen, Anthony Lake, and Holly Pearson on behalf of David Schaefer, and he waives his presence.
on behalf of Mr. Floyd. Do we have anyone joining us on Zoom on behalf of Mr. Floyd? All right, well, seeing as counsel had previously attended the prior hearings and this one has been noticed, I'll find that they've waived their appearance for argument today. Anyone on behalf of Ms. Latham?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Bill Cromwell on behalf of Ms. Latham. She waives her presence.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cromwell. All right, so I've been informed by counsel collectively for the defendants that they were requesting a total of an hour and a half for argument to be divided amongst themselves as they've already agreed. And so to effectuate that, I'll have the time queued up and we'll start the clock running and y'all can see fit to divide that as you would like. And obviously I've allowed the same amount of time for the state as well. Before we get into that, I believe there may have been a few things just to clean up as part of the record, specifically since we last convened. Counsel on behalf of Mr. Roman had submitted a Defense Exhibit 39. And if there are any objections that want to be placed on the record on behalf of the state, we can do that now. But at a minimum, I think the intention was that I would be admitting that collectively as an exhibit, if nothing else, just for appellate purposes for the record. Mr. Abadi, anything the state wants to add? Is it
So the phone, all that phone record shit and all that shit that they submitted about Wade, the triangulation, all that old bullshit. Judge like, hey, y'all should have been did that, pretty much. But I'll put it in the record. So that shit that they shot down, that paperwork that they filed about Wade being here at this time and this time, no, y'all had time to do that, and we ain't got time for that. So, but I will put it in the record.
relates to Exhibit 39?
No objection to the state.
I have a copy for the court reporter. I printed a copy out and I sent it all.
All right, if you've got that marked and stamped, we'll provide that to the court reporter. All right, and then as I indicated as well on Tuesday, both parties since the close of the evidence on the 16th had followed up. Now I think both sides have made requests to reopen the evidence. On behalf of the defense, there were some issues with cell phone records, and the state has found an additional witness that they would like to present. And the instruction I provided on Tuesday was that for today, I think we reached the point where I'd like to hear more of how some of the legal arguments apply to what has already been presented. And it may already be possible for me to make a decision without those needing to be material to that decision. So that's why we're here today. I wanted to make sure we held this time because it is a bit of a logistical challenge to get everyone in a room together. But recognizing that, again, in the interest of efficiency, if both parties want to reserve part of their time to argue as if those proffered exhibits have been admitted, feel free to make whatever arguments you would like. And if in fact it turns out that I do need those to be part of the record to make a decision, then we'd have to come back and we will do those in accordance with the rules of evidence. Mr. Gilman.
We have not filed anything, but we also have a proffer witness that we would like to call in the event the court does open the evidence up. I can make an oral proffer as to who that witness is and what that witness would be saying, and I could do it, and I think in a fairly brief manner, if the court would permit me, so the court can understand where I'm coming from. And I believe also Mr. Cromwell also has a brief proffer for a witness that he has talked with and does have an oral proffer.
So are these, this is the first I've heard of it. So are these things that have been discussed or shared with the state at all?
No, Your Honor. I literally, my communication with this particular witness occurred this morning at about 10:10, along with Mr. Chris Anola was on the call with me. I'm more than happy to enlighten the court as to what the witness would say, who the witness is, and in a brief summary of what this particular witness would testify to in the event the court allows for evidence to be reopened. And on the record, I would state that on behalf of my client, Mr. Schaefer, we do want the record to be reopened so that the court could hear what if they want to bring in someone from California, let them bring them in. And we believe that the court might want to hear the proffer and the evidence that we are prepared to at least proffer today.
All right. So, Mr. Gill, on that point to this and Mr. Cromwell's, even additional evidence, in my mind, in the interest of a fair notice to the other side, I wouldn't want that to be part of the argument today because.
Shut it down. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Shut the shit down. I don't want that shit to be part of this argument today. I want to get this shit over with.
Yep.
I want to get this shit out of my fucking courtroom. Tired of this shit. I've heard enough. Y'all got enough evidence. I've seen enough evidence. This is a fucking shit show that got out of control. Y'all dropped a pipe bomb in my motherfucking. I was supposed to be having this shit damn near over with. This RICO case supposed to have been over with.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all took the whole fucking month. Shit. No,
Delaying everything. Just delay. They want to delay.
Y'all see I got a time clock up here? That's all the time I got left for this bullshit. There's a time clock up here. That's it. It's the fourth quarter. It's all the time y'all got. Shoot your shots. God damn it. Because, motherfucker, everybody know who
You
I
said
am.
we
now.
not admitting nothing else. I didn't already heard enough, seen enough. Let's get it going. Let me hear what you got to say before you.
Everybody know I'm Judge McAfee now and shit. God damn. Tired of this shit.
Hurry up so I can kick all y'all asses out of here.
I want this shit out of my goddamn courtroom.
The state has no idea what you're about to say. And I think the purpose of a proffer, in large part in this role, and in this context, is having them at least have the ability to make those initial counter arguments. Now, I don't think that would prevent you from, after today's hearing, if you want to file it, make it part of the record, then I think that both parties have already elected that they are willing to use that mechanism. But just for today, kind of showing up now without having shown this other side at all, even this morning.
Yeah.
I don't
now y'all want to throw shit without showing?
I did not intend to use the proffer in the legal argument.
Sure.
I just wanted the court to be aware that we do have an oral proffer we can file it, we can supplement the record and file it for the court's consideration. But literally hot off the press.
Sure.
As we printed it out and wrote down.
Look, that's all the time y'all got today.
Mr. Cromwell, was there anything you wanted to add to that?
That's
No,
it.
Your Honor.
Done.
Okay. Mr. Abadi, anything you want to add to that?
I don't know what it is, so I don't know how to add to it. So no.
What's dude? What do you say? Dude name is whoever this fucker's name is that just spoke.
All right.
Body.
Anything though on a procedural perspective?
I mean, from a procedural perspective, I would submit to the court, as you said multiple times, evidence is closed. This is beyond the scope of Your Honor's ruling on Tuesday. Feels like 2 weeks ago, but Tuesday. So I guess we'd object at this point and go from there.
Okay. All right. Anything else by way of housekeeping, Mr. Sato?
Apparently, the state filed 2 supplemental exhibits, number 2 and number 3, about 15 minutes ago. So, to the extent that they intend to work and use those in their proffer, talking about the same notice requirement, we actually did just got this one.
Understood.
So as it relates to that, Your Honor, I believe you were very clear on Tuesday as well that in the proffers we could argue rebuttal evidence as it relates to the evidence that was submitted by defense counsel after the evidence was closed. And that's merely what it is. It's rebuttal evidence as it relates to the cell phone records or analysis that was done by the non-expert filed by Mr. Sadow.
All right. Mr. Killen.
Well, when, as it relates to the proffered evidence, our proffered evidence would be in direct rebuttal to testimony given in the courtroom, particularly by Mr. Bradley. So we would have a direct rebuttal of that. That's what our proffer will be. I understand the court's ruling. Just want to put that on the record.
So we know the context of it. Is that similar for Mr. Cromwell as well?
It is.
It just solely relates to Mr. Bradley's testimony?
It does.
Okay. All right. All right, noted. Anything else then?
Your Honor, the proffered evidence is basically would corroborate what has been admitted in evidence as Exhibit 39 for the chronological text.
Okay. All right. Then if there is nothing else, I'll turn it over to Ms. Merchant to begin on behalf of the defense.
Sorry, Judge. Unfortunately, you're stuck with me today.
Understood.
Check this out. Check this shit out. Now, where is this motherfucker been? This is Ashley Merchant's husband. This some bitch ain't been no part of these proceedings. Ain't got up and did no type of cross-examination. Ain't called no witness. It's been all Ashley. Ever since she dropped them goddamn text messages, now this motherfucker wanted to get up and defend her. Defend for his wife. You know what I mean? This is absurd. For him, this motherfucker to just now come up and want to say something and do a closing argument. Hell, what's the matter? You scared Ashley gonna fuck it up, huh? Is that it? You scared Ashley gonna get up there and fuck around? No, let me get up here. I'll handle it, honey. You sit right there. I'm gonna defend your honor. No, motherfucker. You the one to put her up to this shit. She's not that damn smart. See, you came up with the idea, baby. You know that one picture of you in the baby suit? Send him that. Get him going. You know what, baby? Tell him me and you going through a rough patch right now. Some shit. They didn't show all this woman's text message. But it's gonna leak.
No.
It's gonna come out.
But they got him. But
out.
The district attorney's office got him to the judge. The judge didn't seen him. He didn't see him. That's why he said he don't want to see no more today. Don't put nothing else up here.
Yeah, the evidence. Yeah, they submitted a couple. It's part of the record. But yeah, I want to see this shit. I want to see this shit. The text message that's out right now. That's viewable. You can tell that she took some shit out and left his shit in. You can tell. What did she do to get
the state's attorney went?
Do you think
the state's attorney went back and got from January all the way up to September because she left out a certain.
This shit started in September. The shit that they submitted.
No, it started in January.
In January. Well, I'm saying in
Start in
September. They got shit going back until September, cuz.
Yeah, but they got
September.
something before then in January.
Oh, you're talking about January last year. Last year. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So they've been her and Bradley been whoop, 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 back and forth for at least a year. Off and on.
That's why she was guarded with her phone.
Yeah. Then Harry put the shit on paper, so she didn't have to hand that phone over. Dude said, hey, when she handed me that phone, I'm seeing, there's more that there's some stuff they done left out, Your Honor. Man, go back and watch the last show. On these last proceedings, we touched the phone.
So the district attorney's office, they use their forensics. That's what they just admitted in the beginning of the trial today. They admitted their forensics for the cell phone analysis. Of all the text messages and all of the tracking on the phones that they did.
Man, if that
so
shit
they were more detailed.
If that shit leak, y'all, I'm posting that shit. I don't give a fuck as soon as I find it. Breaking news. I got all this shit today, y'all. I got it. I hope I get it first, goddammit. I hope I get it first. All right, let's go on with this pimp. This old secondhand ass pimp right here. This white man Ashley's husband. Baby, show him the one picture.
May it please the court, Your Honor, John Merchant on behalf of Mr. Roman. Just by way of roadmap to give you some idea about the allocation of time and what I'm going to be covering. I've been charged with talking to Your Honor about the conflict issue and the appearance of a conflict and what we believe the evidence to show on that issue. Mr. Sadow, Mr. Gillum will be talking more about the forensic misconduct piece of it. Ms. Willis's church speech, statements made to the media, fraud on the court, frankly, and the book that she gave several interviews for. So I won't be discussing any of those issues. So if you'd like to ask me, certainly I can try to address them, but that's
race.
I don't even want to hear that piece of shit.
More questions for me. I'm going to sit down and
right
turn the podium over.
Where the fuck has he been
to my
during this
distinguished
whole
colleague,
day? Go sit
Mr.
your ass down.
Thank you, Mr. Merchant.
Appreciate
Go sit
the
the fuck
time.
down. Sit down, punk. Putting your wife out there on some bullshit. Why don't she get up there? Here go Boots. Old Boots. That's what we're trying to get to. Let's get to old Boots. Let's hear Boots argument.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Trump's lawyer.
I'm going to speak to what I would call a subset of forensic misconduct. And I'm going to assume that all the law that's been provided to you in pleadings as well as emails, you don't need me to tell you what the law is. So I want to just set up how the disqualification and then dismissal of the indictment should take place under the subset of forensic misconduct. Roman's counsel, Ms. Merchant, filed on January 8th her pleading, her motion to dismiss and to disqualify. We were in court that Friday of that week in which I made it known that that is President Trump, may adopt that motion. I wanted to see what was going to happen before I did so. That Sunday, which would be January the 14th, 2024, DA Willis took it upon herself to go to a historic Black church in Atlanta, having not responded at all to the motion of Ms. Merchant's client, Roman. And she made what we've now called the church speech. And Your Honor has reference to that. You didn't necessarily want evidence on that, but you know what the church speech was. It was videoed. It was clear that Ms. Willis had notes. She was reading from notes that she had prepared. It was a calculated determination by Ms. Willis to prejudice the defendants and their counsel. How so? By making an issue out of the fact that the person that was challenged in the Roman motion was Black, without telling the public or the church members or anyone for that matter that the reason that Mr. Wayne
Race card.
Mm-hmm.
He trying to.
Yeah, he's trying to pull it, ain't he?
He's
trying to pull it, ain't he?
Hit it with the race card issue in front of the church, in front of the pulpit.
But he pulling it.
You know what I mean?
He pulling it.
Say she was using the Lord for her purpose. She was using the Lord, Your Honor.
Wade was being challenged was not because he was Black, had nothing to do with race. It had to do with the relationship that had been alleged and later admitted to by Ms. Merchant. Ms. Willis took full opportunity to prejudice the defendants, and then comes along later in a pleading and says it wasn't designed or intended to be at the defendants at all, or the defense counsel, which with all due respect is just nonsense. The purpose of that was to get public sympathy, public empathy for what Ms. Merchant had already alleged in her motion. Now, that was a violation of the professional rules of conduct. It was a violation of 3.8G. There's no question about it. It wasn't in response to anything that was said. It was a public statement, extrajudicial, for the purpose of making a comment upon the defendants.
It would be in response to a motion that was filed.
But it wasn't filed in a response, in a pleading. It was filed in response to a motion. And the motion were allegations made. If Ms. Willis wanted to respond at that point, she could have said the facts of the matter. Instead, she misstated what the situation was, took advantage of the opportunity, an ethical violation. And the ethical violation makes it clear that you must refrain from making extrajudicial comments that have a substantial likelihood of heightening public condemnation of the accused. Can you think of anything more that would heighten public condemnation of the defendants?
I can think of something. When Trump stood up there, goddammit, in front of all them white folks, had them all come to Washington, D.C. See, it's a difference between when Farrakhan got up and said, hey, this is a Million Man March. Everybody get together. Let's have something peaceful. Let's go down to Washington, show our presence. You know what I mean? Did the Million Man March rush the fucking Capitol? And run up there and scare all the motherfuckers? Hell no. They kept it peaceful. Kept it like just like black folks do it. See, it's the difference between when black folks get together and go to the Capitol and do it peaceful. And it wasn't even a protest. It was making motherfuckers aware, hey, it's a strong, we have built this shit. And we ain't strong numbers. Motherfuckers better recognize. That was a beautiful part of American history right there. See?
Yes.
When Farrakhan did it, that's how you're supposed to do it. What Trump did, man, had motherfuckers running for their motherfucking life. Had all of them running behind closed locked doors. Goddamn it. Hey, go to the special bunker down here in the goddamn, you know what I mean? Lock ourselves in. Let's get out of here. Motherfucker, their own personal security guard. Hey, man, get the door right there. Got your gun? I got my gun, sir. This is what Trump did. Had motherfuckers up there with nooses trying to hang the vice president. Where's the vice president? Get him. We're going to hang his ass. Remember that? See, y'all forgot. Y'all forgot the insurrection. I remember that shit. I remember what you white folks did. All you motherfucking white folks ran up there to that goddamn Capitol on that bullshit. That was fucked up. See, us black folks would never do no shit like that. Even if we was to do something similar to that, it ain't gonna get to that. We gonna protest. We gonna march. We ain't gonna do that bullshit. Some of you motherfuckers should have went down though. I heard a couple of you about a couple of them got shot or whatever, got popped. Shit. Bitch got shot. Shit. Bitch got a little too far out of pocket. Hey, pop. All right, bitch. I told you, bitch, get back. Oh, they killed that white woman. Well, she should have had her motherfucking ass at home. She would be alive right now. As she listened to Trump bullshit. Talking about it was an unfair election. They stole your election. They stole your vote. All this old puss ass shit, clown ass shit. I ain't forgot about it. And neither has a lot of American people. Honest, good, hard-working American people that love justice. Fought hard.
And you're
enslaved.
And you're a veteran.
Yeah.
And you're a veteran.
Put my motherfucking life on the line. Just to see this shit? Are you fucking kidding me? I ain't forgot. So yeah, Boots. Yeah, there is some comparison. Yeah. So don't try to compare Fanny to no. She just needed support from the Lord and her people in the congregation. Don't try to make it look like it was a race card. No, that was not a race card. Just what happened. It was some white folks in that motherfucking in that church too. When you get through, Nick. Boots, I love your motherfucking your vigor and your fight as an attorney, but you on bullshit right now, buddy.
And alleging that defense counsel and the defendants were making their motion based on race and religion. That's as bad as it gets in Fulton County, with all due respect.
That was a dirty blow, Boots.
That's exactly what Ms. Willis wanted done. And remember, the state still had not responded.
Boots, what about what your client did, bro?
Yeah.
See, that's why you gonna fuck around and go down with Trump.
Yeah.
Don't you be dirty, Boots. The boots better be clean. Them boots better have not one piece of shit up underneath, not one little crevice of crack shit, and then the crack of real boots. This motherfucker gonna get you, dog. You can go down like old boy did.
Trump ain't doing nothing but throwing his ass up under the damn bus and running him over.
Boots,
that's all this is.
You both sell, Boots. But the rest of his arguments are pretty legit.
So then what we get from the state is we get an affidavit filed as part of their response. And that affidavit says specifically, and the affidavit is Mr. Wade, says specifically in paragraph 26 and 27 that the relationship did not begin until 2022. It acknowledges the relationship and says it didn't begin until 2022. And the pleading that's filed, the state's pleading in response, indicates not exactly that, but it says there was no relationship as of November 1 of 2021. And that's on page 7. So now we know that timing is the issue because Ms. Merchant made it clear that we alleged and had evidence that indicated the timing was before Mr. Wade was hired, not after. So the state now has filed an affidavit and a pleading that claims post hiring into 2022.
Yeah, see, that's a legit argument,
Mr.
right?
Wade,
he could have left
Willis testify.
He could have left that other
the
shit
same
out.
thing.
This is a legit argument right here.
Now, Ms. Yerty says it began in 2019. Why would she know? Well, she would know because she was a former friend. I know the state's going to get up there and say, you can't believe, essentially what they're going to say is you can't believe any defense witness because they're defense witnesses. And only people that would tell the truth would be Wade and Willis. I suggest to you that that's not accurate. I suggest that the testimony that Mr. Wade gave and Ms. Willis gave, and I'm specifically dealing now with the timing issue, without getting into anything else, that brought forth a true concern about their truthfulness and being what is required of a lawyer in this state, which is candor toward the tribunal.
Damn.
And that's 3.3 of the professional rules. Specifically, small A1, make a false statement of material fact or law to a tribunal.
That's all blowed up because they was not found in contempt.
As I posited to the court, that's the second ethical violation.
The judge didn't hold them in contempt.
And then you also have
He already told them
8.4
the
of the
prosecution
professional rules, it
that
says
they didn't
it's a
have no
violation
evidence.
of the Georgia rules of professional
This ain't
conduct
good,
for lawyer 2, and that's A4, engaged in a professional conduct involving dishonesty, fraud, deceit, or misrepresentation. Now, do you have to find that Wade and Willis lied? No. What you need to be able to find is that there is a concern, a legitimate concern based on the
He's telling you
evidence in
what he
this
need to
case
do.
about.
That ain't gonna
Hey,
wash. He telling the
after
judge what he need to do. That ain't gonna wash.
after he threw a low blow though, cause he bringing us some good ethical. You know what I mean? He bring it to when
Yeah,
see
but
now
they didn't violate none of them.
this is the
They
type
did
of
not
thing.
violate any of them. The judge already told him they didn't have no evidence. There was no substantial. He said no substantial evidence. He already told them that.
I think the
They
judge
trying to
knows
convince the judge. They trying to convince the judge there was, but the judge already told him there's no substantial evidence. I didn't find any. Everything that y'all gave me, I didn't find no substantial evidence to say what y'all saying. These people said that, and the judge told him, you
I
know,
think
you can't
he believed 2
more or
chains.
less, you can't listen with gossip. You can't
can
listen
believe
to gossip.
you
He
can
said
believe
you
2
can't.
chains, right? You believe 2 chains? Did you believe 2
I don't
chains?
know what to, no, because she didn't have no dates. And then the judge told him, he said, y'all couldn't even put her down to, she couldn't even give y'all a date. Y'all have asked her several times. She couldn't give you a date nor a time. She gave you a time frame, but she couldn't give you a date. If she actually saw anything, she should have been able to say, yeah, on such and such date and such time, this is where they was, and this is where we was, and this is what was going on. She never could do that.
Hold on. She couldn't testify to the fact that they was after you sworn in. She testified to the fact before the relationship, before he was sworn in. That was key.
She couldn't give a date or a time. They asked her.
They didn't need no date. All they wanted to know was it before he was sworn in? Was it when Fani was staying at, you know, when she was staying at that place? That was before he got sworn in.
She still couldn't give a date. She still couldn't give a date. If she could have gave that date and that time on what she saw, what she heard, what she experienced when she was there, they would have used that. She didn't give none.
I think they didn't need no date for that.
Give none. Only thing she said was yeah. Only thing she said, did you know that they were yeah. She couldn't give a date or a time.
We got to go back and look at her testimony. We got to go back and look at the testimony. So I want to say that they put it where when she got the apartment, was it before?
Yeah, that's what she said. But that's what she said. But they asked her.
What she said, what she was talking about was before, like on the dinner dates, the parties and that shit. She was going off, but she was giving you that what she saw then. During the,
but she couldn't give a. She couldn't even give a date.
Yeah, of course you can't pin that down. All they wanted from her was the time frame. Was it before or after he was sworn in? And she gave testimony that it was before.
She couldn't give a date. They said, what was it in 2021? Was it in 2022? 2021.
She couldn't recall.
22.
But she did recall, was it before or after?
She recalled when they met in 2019 at that conference.
Right. Around that time frame. Before he was
That's what she said. She said they met.
Yeah.
And everybody said that's when they met.
And then remember and then what did you see? Kissing, hugging.
They said when? She couldn't get no date.
It was before that.
She couldn't get no time.
It was before the swearing.
She couldn't even say whether at that time was she working in the district attorney's office or was it prior to. She couldn't even give a date. I don't recall. She couldn't recall.
That's why they brought dude up.
Couldn't nobody recall nothing.
That's why.
So that's why they switched up. Yeah, that's why they switched up the line of who they were going to have as witnesses.
Right.
And then they dropped one.
Right.
And then the state let them do it. It was like, okay, the state was going to go object against the way she was going to put in her witnesses, but then they said, "No, let her go. Let her go ahead on and put her witnesses in however she wants." Because on the first Monday, she said she wanted Bradley first.
Bradley.
She wanted Bradley first. Then she wanted 2 Chainz, and then she wanted another witness. And then after Bradley got up there and fumbled the ball, then they said, "No, take him off of there. No, he ain't giving me what I need.
No, he
ain't giving me what I."
He had that turn.
So,
See,
let me
he
go
thought
get 2 Chainz.
he thought if he didn't get that pussy, if he didn't get to smell that little Oreolas, the little white Oreolas, he was gonna use attorney-client privilege. See, that was his. You know what I mean? That was his safety net out from under his ass. And the judge did that. The judge was like, "Hey, man, you don't get what attorney-client privilege means. You're gonna have a meeting in the office, off camera, and talk about this." See what I'm saying? That's hence how he come back. And then he got him more tight-lipped. Then them text messages came, smacked him in the face. See what I'm saying? They should have just told the truth, because I ain't gonna say bullshit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, they should have. They should have.
Their truthfulness.
Yeah, they should have.
A legitimate concern about the truthfulness, which equates to an appearance of impropriety. Because once you have the appearance of impropriety under forensic misconduct, the law in Georgia is clear, that's enough to disqualify.
Just an appearance.
So why should you find there's a concern with their truthfulness? ERT is the first one. You have that testimony. But then we go to what is the most obvious indication that Willis and Wade were not truthful on the point of timing, and that's Bradley. Defense Exhibit 26 came into evidence. Defense Exhibit 26 comes in and says,
text message.
And you know I went into this last hearing. It says that on January the 5th, 2024, at approximately 9:49 a.m., there's text messages that are exchanged between Ms. Merchant and Mr. Bradley. And the text messages go like, "Just date," and that's from Ms. Merchant. Ms. Merchant says, "Do you think it started?"
And that's January. This is January 2024. 24th. When dude was on the stand, that was like a few weeks ago. You couldn't recall your own text messages from a few weeks ago? See, that's where Bradley fucked up at. How can you not recall something that you done put in a text? See, you thought you was gonna get you some of that white woman. Thought you was gonna get you some of that white pussy. That just felt that that white woman tricked the shit out your ass. Just the thought of you being able to get next to her tricked you. Tricked you.
He a dummy.
Tricked you.
But he did that. He did that because he was mad at Wade. He did that because he was mad at Wade. He was mad. He was mad.
It's more than that. It's more than that.
He took all that money out of his pocket.
He wants some of that white woman. Don't make no mistake about it.
But he didn't have that money. He had a law firm. He's not a DA no more. So all his money that he had coming in, he cut his money flow. So you get on, you go ahead.
Basically, he had to pay for his pussy. See, he had to pay for his pussy. He had to pay for his pussy.
You walking around here touching on women and carrying on and violating clients' rights.
Your divorce is over with, you fat bastard. See, Wade ain't the only one going through a messy divorce. Your shit gonna be just as messy. All this bullshit you doing. And you let a white woman trick you out of some motherfucking information. They're supposed to stay attorney-client privilege.
Because he was mad. Because he was mad.
Yeah.
Because he was mad. Now all the rest of those
jealous,
they didn't
envious,
put any.
Not just mad. Yeah. Jealous of Wade, envious of Wade, seeing Wade passing. Not only is he's a leader of the firm now, he's a lead special prosecutor. He running shit. When them checks come through, that shit come to Wade first. Here, you get this. Here, you get that. Hey, come here, Brad. I need you to do something for me. Come here. come do this for me. Help me out, dog. Help me out with this divorce. Yeah, I got the paperwork already. You know what I'm saying? You know, about to get sworn in and shit and everything, dog. So we, hey, man, yeah, man, we did it, dog. I'm telling you, nigga, man, this is the player shit. See, this how you be a player, nigga. The nigga got jealous right there. Here it is. I gotta pay for pussy. This nigga Wade, he gotta pay for shit. Handsome, charming. He got tired of walking in bars and shit, waiting, and all the women running to him. He got 2-3 bitches running around the office and shit. Before Fani. Coming to the law. Come on back here, baby. Come talk to me. Hey, I'll be right back. Hey, Bradley, make sure you hell up. Shut the door. This motherfucker was jealous, envious, mad, whatever you want to call it. All the above. And a piece of shit. This type of motherfucker you don't want around you. You got a family member like this? You better stay the fuck on. You better you better goddamn it, hey, put that away, dog. Come on, boy, man. Put that away, dog. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man, what the fuck you want, dog? Hey, ain't shit going on. Take your bitch ass on. A family member like that, you need to kick the fuck on, kick them on up the road. Jump, kick rocks. With socks on.
With no socks.
With no socks on. Barefoot. Well, I beat your ass. Motherfucker, knock on the door. Hey, don't answer the door. No, don't get that. No, that's old boy, man. Ain't that your cousin? No, it ain't my motherfucking cousin, dog. Bitch ass nigga. Straight up. Them the type of motherfuckers.
Started before she hired him. Bradley, who we now know from Defense Exhibit 39, has been texting with Ms. Merchant for a number of months. This is not the first time. This is months within the communications between the two. Mr. Bradley says, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now, absolutely is not a speculative word.
No.
That's not speculation. That's a definitive statement. And Bradley then, unprompted, says this. And unprompted is important. It started when she left the DA's office and was a judge in South Fulton. It was on, Ms. Merchant says, she liked it started when she left the DA's office with the appropriate emoji or whatever one would call it to say it was liked. And then Mr. Bradley said they met at the municipal court CLE conference. Again, unprompted. He's now definitively telling Ms. Merchant when this relationship started. Ms. Merchant says, that's what I figured when he was married. And then Ms. Merchant says, and we're now talking about a couple hours later, she texts and says, upon information and relief, Willis and Wade met while both were serving as magistrate judges and began a romantic relationship at that time. And Mr. Bradley responds, no, municipal court. Thank you. Doesn't say it didn't start then. He doesn't suggest that she's wrong other than magistrate court municipal. Now we have that and it's in evidence. And what does Bradley do? He knows that he's put himself in a position that if he testifies truthfully on the witness stand, Your Honor is in a position to be able to find, if you choose to, that both Willis and Wade lied. So what does Bradley do? But you were an assistant U.S. attorney. You know how this works when you have witnesses in this situation. Mr. Bradley did everything he could possibly do to evade answering questions. No recollection, couldn't remember, it was speculation. Anything he could possibly say that would cause, Your Honor, not to believe that Bradley knew when this relationship started. I suggest they were clear-cut lies. And the truth is in Defense Exhibit 26.
And so if we take that view, that he thoroughly impeached himself, that he did not give truthful conduct, what's left standing? Generally, you would see someone who's impeached. Perhaps we have some kind of core that you could point back to and say, that's the time he was telling the truth. In these text messages, is it ever definitively shown how he knew this and that he actually did know it, other than just a assertion outright? Absolutely. Usually, if a state has a witness that goes sideways, they've got him locked in. They've sat down with a detective, got a full statement. We don't have that here.
Watch the comeback.
But what you have is a text message, which is a prior statement of Bradley that he did on his own, that was not given to him by someone else. The only thing that the court has just noted is, how do we know he wasn't speculating? Because you don't have to accept the fact that he wasn't speculating. The cases that I provided, I think by email yesterday, the first dealing with that, you can disbelieve that testimony and draw a negative inference. That's the Ferguson case. On Lee, the other case, you can simply take the prior inconsistent statement as substantive evidence. It has the same value. And that's what I'm asking you to do, to take what was the unprompted statement in Defense Exhibit 26 of Bradley and take that on its face value, that is an indication that Bradley in fact knew and had said he did. If you accept that,
he could have just said, no, that ain't it. No, that ain't it. Dude,
the judge already told him that's not
correct.
That's not admissible. The judge already told him it's not admissible. Move on to something else. He already ruled on that.
Concerns about the truthfulness of Willis and Wade on the timing issue.
And I don't know if this is something maybe one of your co-counsel were going to address as well. We heard about kind of the law that applies, how we're outside kind of the orbit of the core of cases we're used to dealing with here, where it deals with side switching or where someone is in the relationship, the client relationship. The proposition you're putting forward now is that if a representative of the state, the lead prosecutor, the district attorney themselves, says something that's untruthful on the record, that is something that immediately has to be proactively policed by the trial court. Is basically what I'm getting at is, where in the law do we find the remedy to an untruthful statement? Generally, we send you down the street to the bar.
That's what we're talking about.
And that's why I gave you the cases of Registay and Edwards yesterday.
Said we're gonna send your ass down the street to the bar.
Cases are dealing with prosecutors, they deal with counsel. And in both those cases, the trial judge found ethical violations on the part of defense counsel, or potential ethical violations. Went through the ethical violations and said, based on that, you're disqualified. You cannot be the attorney of record in this case. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If defense counsel can be kicked off of a case because of ethical violations, I suggest the same thing can happen for prosecutors when the ethical violations deal with truthfulness, candor to the court, extrajudicial statements. Those are the things that this court can rely upon and say, based on those, again, I find an appearance of impropriety.
Where would be the limiting principle? The district attorney signs every indictment assigned to this courtroom. Does that mean she's off every case?
No, it would be when
if I found that she's untruthful. Is that what you're kind of suggesting?
You don't have to find, again, I'm not saying you have to find she was untruthful or that Wade was untruthful. You don't have to make a finding of fact that they lied. All you have to do is make a finding of fact that you have genuine, legitimate concerns about their credibility, about their truthfulness. And once you find that, then you can apply Registay and Edwards.
Well, but it's the same principle, though. If I have genuine concerns about her truthfulness on a particular occasion, how do those not spill over into every criminal case a district attorney brings?
That's right.
Well, it's because she testified under oath.
Testified under
and so
oath.
did Mr. Wade.
Testified
they
under
didn't
oath.
have to testify falsely. They could have testified truthfully. They could have indicated that the relationship, the timing was in fact before Mr. Wade was hired. They chose not to. And in that sense, that dishonesty, that constitutes a violation of their ethical responsibilities. This is not signing an indictment. This is not filing a pleading in which both sides have their own positions. This is a requirement that every witness has to tell the truth under oath. And if they don't tell the truth under oath, or there's a significant concern about—
See, it's different when normal people like us do that. That's different. When we lie under oath and shit, and then get found that, you know what I mean, the judge decides that, okay, you guilty anyway, and could charge you for lying on the stand. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna hold, they are holding a higher standard. Attorneys, defense attorney, any type of attorney, when you pass that bar and you go into a courtroom, you don't have to swear in. All you got to do is get up there and do your fucking job. You're a pillar of the community of justice. You're a pillar. You got to be truthful. When you get up there, get up there and raise your hand. Now you've been, not only you've been held at a higher standard. You can't get up there and allow to stand like that. You can't do what we do like that. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that, cuz. You are held at a higher fucking standard. And when you get up there, you raise your motherfucking right and say your name, raise your right hand, and you sit down, you looking at the judge, you looking at the judge like in his face. Shit, I don't know, cuz see this. Even when even if it look dirty, even if you look dirty, I gotta get you up out the courtroom. I gotta get you up out the courtroom. Cause now you making my hands look dirty. You see what I'm saying? I'm a judge. I want my courtroom to be clean as a whistle. I don't want not a speck of dirt come up with this motherfucker. If you raise your right and all kind of shit start flying this way. You know what? Y'all getting the fuck up out of here. I'm kicking this can up the road. Matter of fact, watch the judge goes. He gonna pretty much
about their credibility. Then they're violating their ethical rules. And as anyone will tell you, as Your Honor already knew from when you were a prosecutor, prosecutors are held to a higher standard. They're the ones that are supposed to be seeking justice. They don't have they're supposed to be disinterested. When you have the lead prosecutor and the DA giving what I suggest to you is untruthful testimony, based on what Yerty has said, based on what Bradley said in his text, based on the whole way it was presented to you. Bradley didn't want to testify. He first came up with his attorney-client privilege thing on that. Then Your Honor fortunately went into that. And then when Bradley knew he had to testify about it, you saw what happened. You can draw the inference, as I've suggested on Bradley, that what he said in the text message, Defense Exhibit 26, is true. The relationship, in fact, started prior to November 1st of 2021. That Yerty says that. And now, without getting into any detail, the cell phone records. The cell phone records show that during that period of time from, let's say, April 1 of 2021 to November 30th of 2021, that there was a considerable number, 35 or more occasions where it appeared that, based on the records, that Mr. Wade was down in the area where Miss Willis was staying in Yerty's apartment. But more important is there are two occasions, and the state has not challenged those. There are two occasions where the records reflect that it appears Mr. Wade spent the night at that apartment. The state may say, we don't accept that, but they didn't challenge it. And even when they brought forth what they brought forth today, supplemental 2 and 3, they didn't challenge it again. So what does that suggest? That's corroborating evidence of what Yerty had said, of what Bradley said in his text message. It's also impeachment evidence as to what Wade and Willis said about how many times.
Is that a significant, in terms of just the times? Didn't Mr. Wade testify that he was there at least 10 times during that time frame? You've now found 35.
Well, minimum of 35.
Okay.
But never overnight. He said he never spent overnight.
Put that to the side, though, just in terms of the fact that he did say he'd been over there, that he'd visited the place, and I would presume he wasn't obviously keeping a very good accounting of it, but that wasn't something that was entirely denied.
If you're asking me, do we win on the point that he said more than 10 or around 10 and we say 35, do we win on that point? No.
Okay.
It's not determined.
The overnight rate might raise some more concerns. Understood?
Yeah, it does. And that's the reason why we highlighted it in the affidavit of Mr. Middlestaff, because that is suggestive that they were not being honest to the court. So then, how much time have I used?
You need to get out,
Have I?
bud.
I'm letting them use the hook. So,
Get out, bud.
suggestive, again, raising issues. I'm wondering about burden. Is it we're dealing with a preponderance standard?
We are dealing with a preponderance standard, and it's our burden.
Yeah.
No question about that.
So does
But-
suggestive get us there?
No, but it is corroborating evidence that we did put up. And that's what the purpose of the cell phone records. They corroborate what Yerty says. They corroborate what Bradley said in Defense Exhibit 26. And they impeach, to that extent, Wade and Willis's testimony. So if you find by a preponderance of the evidence, so I can finish this up. If you find by a preponderance of the evidence that what I call subset of forensic misconduct, ethical violations has been shown, and that there is a significant and legitimate concern about the truthfulness of Wade and Willis, they're disqualified. Now, obviously, factual findings are yours, but the law allows you to do that. You don't have to do it through an actual conflict. That's the other side of the equation. And that's what I've argued, and I think that's what Mr.
If you don't take into account the phone,
Before I let you go, though, this is an interesting classification. You're saying forensic conduct isn't just commenting publicly about the case indicating guilt. You're saying forensic conduct is just anything a district attorney says.
No.
Falls into that box?
No, I'm saying that
Improper.
that
obviously.
forensic misconduct as a subset of that would include violations, ethical violations, which impact the ability of the defendant to get a fair trial, as well as impact the court's ability to have faith that the prosecutors, these two prosecutors, are acting in good faith in their own conduct. Same idea dealing with, as I said, defense counsel in the two cases I mentioned. Ethical violations can give rise to disqualification, and I suggest we have that here.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sano.
Thank you.
Where's the shot clock when you need it?
Right there.
Your Honor, I want to address very directly here. What we have is a systematic, continuous pattern, a calculated plan, evidencing a design to prejudice the defendants in this case, in the minds of the jurors. This is what we have seen. This isn't the problem that the district attorney has. It's not that the district attorney had some sort of brief off-the-cuff statement in an interaction with a reporter like in Williams. That's not what we have here. We have someone who sat down, wrote out her speech, wrote out her plan, who sat down for whether it's 2, 3, or 6 times with the editors of Find Me the Votes and told and got her message out about this case before it was supposed to be tried in this courtroom. And so that is the problem that we have. We have a pattern of forensic misconduct on behalf of Ms. Willis.
So, I mean, we have a pattern of public statements being made. I take it you or your team has dived in and read the book. I know she was asked about specific portions in it. The only case that I can find actually talking about when someone crosses the line on public comments is that Williams case. And it talks about there has to be an implication of saying the defendant, a particular defendant is guilty. And it even denied it, right? So have you found any case in Georgia where they actually said that a prosecutor had gone too far in their public comments? Does one exist?
Well, number one, thank goodness it doesn't happen often. Sadly, it's already happened here. Now, in Williams, the prosecutor had one response to an inquiry. The court found it was improper, but did not have this pattern. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean a comment about the quote guilt or innocence, although that was the pattern in Williams. It's the improper comments by a prosecutor. For example, in Williams, they cite the nature and consequences of forensic misconduct in prosecution of criminal case, a 1955 Columbia Law School article, and how prophetic that was. When Williams cites that case in that law school article, they talk about an awful lot more than simply the comments about specific guilt or references to guilt. What you have here, Your Honor, is a comment, and we can't look at it it doesn't apply only if a prosecutor said, I think the defendant is guilty in my mind. No, it's more pernicious than that. What we have here is someone who sat down and drew up a plan for two reasons. And what she did reminds me of what the court in Estes v. Texas talks about, and that is that pretrial can create major problems for a defendant, indeed more harmful than publicity during a trial, for it may set the community opinion as to guilt or innocence. That's what we have here. That's exactly what we have. And the court in Estes talks about the power of the television camera. So what do we have, and what did this prosecutor do? What she chose to do is sort of what was criticized by the Supreme Court in Shepard v. Maxwell. Legal trials are not like elections to be won through the use of meeting halls, the radio, or the newspaper. That's exactly what we have here. What we have is a deflection. What this is all about is more insidious than just making the comments that she's made. It's a deflection. What she chose to do was to say, okay, I have done my best to hide the relationship with Nathan Wade. And Nathan Wade has done his very best by filing false documents in his divorce case to hide his relationship with Miss Willis. Now, and so what did they do? Well, when Miss Merchant filed the motion to disqualify, now the game plan has to change. The game plan I call the deflection begins to take place. The deflection is when the district attorney sat down and wrote out. Look at I'm sure the court has. When you look at that video, it's in evidence of her speech at church. She has written out everything and she's reading from it. She chooses to deflect. The court asked earlier, wasn't she really responding to the motion that had been filed against her? Would that she had. Because if she had, she would have looked the members of that church in the face and say, there's been an allegation that I had a romantic relationship with Mr. Wade. And ladies and gentlemen of this congregation, it's true. She didn't do that. She chose to deflect and to do two things that are reprehensible for any lawyer, but particularly for a prosecutor. She chose to pull out the race card and the God card. That's what she did. And she wrote it out. She went on to deflect away from the allegations in the Wade motion. And she's saying, why, in her talk, public discussion with God, why are they only attacking one in reference to Mr. Wade? And then she goes on to say, God, isn't it them playing the race card when they only question one? Now, if she had been truthful with that congregation, truthful with the community, she would have said, I had a relationship with him. Good, bad, forgive me, whatever. That's what she should have said. But she chose to deflect and say, them, the reference to them and the others and they. It's obviously a reference to the motion filed by Ms. Merchant. They choose to go after the black man. And she then goes on, again, deflecting away and deflecting to what I call the third rail in American society, choosing somebody on the other side of being a racist. So-and-so is a racist. They're racist. She was the one playing the race card in a way to try to deflect from her own conduct. She goes on to say in discussions with the Lord, God, is it that some will never see a black man as qualified no matter his achievements? Again, the deflection. What is she saying? The listener is not necessarily in that audience in that church. The listener is at Fulton County. The potential jurors who will come into a courtroom and say whether or not they can fairly judge the evidence or judge the defense in this case. She chose to inject race into the minds of the listeners and virtually everybody in this community, and literally everybody in this country has reviewed and analyzed her speech that she made in a premeditated way. And in bringing in not only the race card, but also in bringing in the religious matter. This is exactly what Hammonds v. State in our Supreme Court talks about condemning as an inflammatory appeal to the jurors' private religious beliefs. Why would she do that? To deflect. But now, not only is she deflecting, but she is then going forward and, in a way, telling the community, telling the congregation that God is on her side, not on the side of these people. God, she said, and when she's talking, and she's saying, God, pray for their souls. I, meaning God, qualified you. I qualified your imperfect, flawed self. I see you in every hour. Do my work. As though she's telling the folks in her very, very, very implicit way, injecting into the minds of the jurors, God wants me to win this case.
That's dirty.
That is.
That's dirty.
That is. Yeah, he going low. He going low. But you know, when they go low.
They go this guy. Now this guy, he do all right. So I'm gonna play like a couple minutes of shit. But then he pretty much do the same shit.
Your Honor, I'm gonna cover a few factual
details. Oh man, the last one though?
Overly rehashing what has already been said. During the pendency of this investigation in this case, Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis basically lived Robin Leach's lifestyle of the rich and famous. And they did this riding on the backs of the defendants in this case, funded by the taxpayers of Fulton County and the state of Georgia, with the money that was paid to Mr. Wade through the contract that Ms. Willis got him. That money flow, that is the personal interest that you asked about. She was personally benefiting from the position, from the job, from the scope of the investigation, from the scope of the indictment and how they conducted it. And we know this, we know from the records that have been submitted before the court that Mr. Wade paid at least temporary amnesia that somehow was triggered temporarily after it gave thanks.
I don't know who this motherfucker is.
And I'm going to assume the most difficult standard for us to meet, which is actual conflict. But before I begin that, I want to add just a little bit to what has already been said about the standards that apply to prosecutors. Our appellate courts have said often, the administration of the law, and especially that of the criminal law, should, like Caesar's wife, be above suspicion and should be free from all temptation, bias, or prejudice so far as it is possible for our courts to accomplish it. The first occurrence of that I can find is Nichols v. State more than 100 years ago, 1915. The most recent, Registe v. State in the Supreme Court in 2010, although they don't refer to Caesar's wife. That requirement is also embedded in the prosecutor's statutory oath, 15-18-2, which requires impartially and without fear or favor discharge my duties as district attorney and take only my lawful compensation, so help me God. The general rule on conflicts of interest for lawyers is in Rule of Professional Conduct 1.7. And we all know, it's all drummed into us, that we cannot have a conflict of interest. And if we do, we have to withdraw or we will be disqualified. The basic idea is that a conflict of interest impairs the lawyer's independent professional judgment. That's the test of a conflict and whether it can be weighed and whether it's disqualifying. And that conflict is not just financial. It can be any conflict that impairs your independent professional judgment. And you see that in McLaughlin v. Payne. The court asked what was a personal interest for purposes of disqualification. It's anything that impairs professional judgment. That's reflected in the ADA standards that were quoted by Mr. Merchant, which list the prosecutor's personal, political, financial, professional, business, property, or other interests or relationships. And that's really embedded in the prosecutor's oath to act impartially. And the earlier disqualification order by Judge McBurney was based on political interests, not financial. What my colleagues have described as forensic misconduct is also cognizable as a conflict of interest based on that footnote in Williams' case. The root of all of the problems that we see in this court right now is a conflict of interest arising from their individual personal interests in perpetuating and concealing their relationship. That's the original sin from which all of the other problems flow. There are 6 different actual conflicts of interest in this case, any one of which warrants disqualification, but collectively, practically compelling. First, the financial conflict that's already been covered. Second, the personal ambition, political ambition. Third, there's a dovetailed or complementary pattern of deceit and concealment of the relationship and the money. Fourth, the speech at the church. Fifth, the motion for protective order that the DA filed in Mr. Wade's divorce case. Sixth, the way the state has conducted the defense of this motion to disqualify, especially the hearing. On the financial piece, the court asked for a limiting principle and asked about materiality. The limiting principle is whatever impairs the independent professional judgment of the lawyer. That is applied routinely. We have a county code section that flatly prohibits gifts from contractors, period. We have, by analogy, the federal bribery statute, which has a threshold of $5,000, 18 U.S.C. 666. The court asked about burdens and inferences. The court can draw a negative inference from the state's failure to produce evidence to support the invisible magic cash balancing theory based on State v. Thomas, 311 Georgia 407, particularly footnote 19.
This motherfucker hit
timing
hard.
Question that the court asked.
These are laws.
There were 2 contracts from.
We got to pause this. You hear him go to naming them laws that the judge got to look up and look. He ain't even gonna run them down to you. He just saying the law, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoa, and telling you what the statute is. He's saying these have been violated. Don't matter what, how much. Well, watch. Boy, he about to break this shit down. This is a home run hitter right here. No wonder why they saved him last. See, this is what the prosecution's supposed to have. It needs about 3 motherfuckers to rebuttal them, and then one motherfucker come up and hit that goddamn home run. See what I'm saying? They only have one. Boy.
Yeah. Mr. Wade executed after they acknowledged the relationship began. Each one of them afflicted or conflicted under county and common law. The second conflict is her political ambition, for which he was previously chastised by Judge McBurney. And that's also present in this book. The inside flap of this book says that they were given, quote, exclusive access to thousands of secret documents, emails, text messages, and audio recordings. The court has twice denied defense motions to unseal special purpose grand jury materials. She helped herself to get the glory of this book. I introduced certified copies of a number of county code sections. I'm not going to walk through those, but I'll tell you why they matter. The stack of law from the state constitution down to the county ordinances imposes a regime on the DA under which she has 3 obligations. She has to go to the county commission to get approval to pay him like she did. She cannot accept gifts from a prohibited source. She has to disclose the gifts that she received. She evaded all of those requirements. Section 2-69 of the county code prohibits gifts from prohibited sources, which he was. There is no boyfriend exception. the disclosure forms, the evidence is sufficient for you to find that her disclosure form for 2022 is false and that it is a false writing. That's an actual conflict of interest between her duty, legal duty of disclosure, her legal duty of candor as a prosecutor, and her private and personal interests in concealing the relationship, concealing the gifts, and keeping the gravy train rolling for as long as
Lord
possible.
help this woman. Lord help this woman.
His part in the pattern of concealment is a story you see in many divorce cases. The husband is hiding things from his wife. How much money he's making, the other woman, and what he's spending on the other woman.
You dirty motherfucker. Don't you talk
He
about
got on
Wade?
that stand, lied in his interrogatories, and he got on the stand and he lied about lying in the interrogatories. And the lawyers for the DA's office, they just sat there and let him do it. They did nothing to correct obviously perjured testimony. In and of itself, that warrants disqualification of every one of them. The reason they lied and covered it up was to avoid the trouble they're in right now. That served their personal interests to the detriment of their public duties as prosecutors.
Who is this motherfucker?
The speech at the church.
Hold on.
He demented.
Focus on why she did that. Mr. Gillen talked about that.
Who is this son of a bitch right here?
He
God
demented.
Damn. Fuck.
He demented. He just rambling. He just rambling. He just rambling. Just because what he say don't mean it to be true.
This motherfucker's hitting hard.
Yeah, but
This is
just
a
because
problem.
what he say don't mean it's true.
No, cuz it's a fucking problem right here. Whose lawyer is this?
One of those
I'm
other.
gonna go back and do my
defendants
research
over
on this son, bitch. God damn, this old bastard. Oh man, Percy. Oh man, cuz.
She did it to deflect attention from her own misconduct and that of Mr. Wade. She violated her public duty as a prosecutor to serve her personal interests and the personal interests of her boyfriend. That is a disqualifying conflict between her personal interests and her public duty that is actual, operational, and materialized, and it rests on undisputed facts. The next thing that she did that was a disqualifying conflict of interest was the emergency motion for protective order that she filed in the divorce. I filed a certified copy of that as Exhibit 37. She sought a protective order under the Apex doctrine on the grounds that she's the DA. And the whole filing is expressly predicated on her status as DA. In fact, she never lets you forget it. She says it 27 times in 12 pages. In that filing, speaking as DA, she said, the circumstances, quote, suggest that defendant Joycelyn Wade is using the legal process to harass and embarrass District Attorney Willis, and in doing so is obstructing and interfering with an ongoing criminal investigation.
Shit.
In the prayer for relief on page 11, she asked for 6 months to, quote, complete a review of the filings in the instant case, investigate and depose relevant witnesses with regard to the interference and obstruction this motion contends. There's no sugarcoating it. That's a clear violation of Rule of Professional Conduct 3.4H, which prohibits lawyers from making threats of criminal prosecution to gain advantage in a civil case. She abused her power. She abused her position to threaten her boyfriend's wife with criminal prosecution to gain advantage for herself and her boyfriend in her boyfriend's divorce. She violated her public duties not to make that kind of a threat in order to serve her private personal interests and those of Mr. Wade. Another actual operational conflict. The last category is the conduct of the defense of this hearing.
The fucking divorce, cuz.
There were a lot of objections made based on attorney-client privilege during Mr. Bradley's testimony. Most of those objections were made by the state. But the privilege being asserted
does not belong to the state. It belongs to Mr. Wade.
This is fucked up, man. See, now they done fucked up this man divorced for real. Now she gonna get everything. She gonna get every fucking thing, man. No wonder why Johnson ain't got to appear in this shit. She already got the divorce in the bag. She don't give a fuck about this fucking shit. Man, God damn it, Wade. Should have let it never. Oh God, damn, you should have told the
That
fucking
shows that the DA's office is serving the personal interests of the DA and Mr. Wade in carrying out further concealment and cover-up of their relationship, and not the cause of justice they are sworn to serve. That is a conflict of interest. It's a continuation of the wrongful pattern of concealment and cover-up that they've engaged in since the beginning. But now they've enlisted the entire office in the enterprise. In the written response to the motion to disqualify, they said this, and I quote, "Should be absolutely clear, there is no evidence that DA Willis derived any financial benefit from Mr. Wade." That's on page 15. Flat out false. 10 lawyers in this case put their name on that, starting with the DA. So throw another log on the bonfire of conflicts of interest. The problem here is the DA cannot distinguish between her personal interests and ambitions on the one hand, and her public duties as a prosecutor on the other, and apparently neither can anyone else in their office. Of the 6 conflicts I've identified, only one is subject to a conflict in the evidence. This is a case study in what happens when you operate under a conflict of interest. It's put an irreparable stain on the case. Think of the message that would be sent if they were not disqualified. If this is tolerated, we'll get more of it. This office is a global laughingstock because of their conduct. They should be disqualified and the case should be dismissed.
Home run! Out the park. Look at go. That's a walk-off home run. That's called a walk-off home run.
We delineated the times based on the whole presentation.
We don't even need this.
Would Your Honor consider some time for us in rebuttal?
No.
Okay, well then, can I reserve what I had, 5 minutes for rebuttal?
Sure, that's fine.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let's take a quick 5, and we'll be back at 2:40-ish to hear from the state. Thank you.
Well, let's bring it. Let's hey, guess who's next up? Goddammit, the motherfucking prosecution. Look who walked in the goddamn courtroom, y'all. Y'all already see the preview right there. Y'all see that. I just hope I get a shot of this. Come on in here, girl. Come on in here. Ooh, look at here. Look at here, y'all. Look at look at that motherfucker right there. Oh Lord. Look at good she can look too. Look at good she can look, y'all. Queen Fani. Queen of Atlanta. All right, y'all should have all rose when she came in, goddammit. That's the queen right there. That's the queen. That's Miss Queen Fani. Look at how she look. How she looking at? Ooh, look how she look. Don't she look totally good? Dress on right. Dress on right today. Shit, looking about 10 years younger. That woman ain't no in her 50s. That woman about motherfucking early 40s. Titties looking sitting up nice. Ooh, let me go back and look at that ass. Hold on, cuz. Let me go back. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh, God.
Help me, Jesus. Help me. Just help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Help me, Jesus. We got to see that interest again. Go back. God damn.
Oh, God, Dushan.
You say nothing. Come on now, go. You don't want to get on the show the ass no more? Come on now. Give me one more shot. Give me one more shot of that.
Woo. It looked like we gonna break the record tonight.
Shit. You got to be kidding me.
Look like we gonna break the record again tonight.
Shit. Damn, she looking good. Got her makeup on right, makeup did, hair looking nice. Yeah. Hey, you. Wait, come here. You ain't got nothing to say to me, baby? Huh? You got nothing to say to me? Here you go, baby. Here you go, baby. I'll be right back, cuz.
She looking all refreshed. And sitting back in her office listening to all of these closing arguments. So the DA for the state, he really gonna have to bring it and make all of this stuff make some sense. She looks so unbothered.
Yeah. Right now. Sir. Just me. Just me.
All right, we're back on the record. Stay ready.
Yes, Judge. I just been trying to get to where I can share my screen.
We need to add you as a host then. What's your profile name on the Zoom?
All right.
Your screen name on the Zoom.
Gotta make sure them grandbabies laying down. Ain't gonna be no late night tonight. I don't care if it is Friday. I'll lay y'all out there.
No, I can start without.
All right, floor is yours.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I want to start with some of the things that were addressed over the last hour and a half. First, beginning with something Mr. Merchant referenced as it related to the comments that the state made in regards to the good faith basis in which was submitted to the court, in which defense counsel claimed the evidence would show. And I would strongly bring to the court's attention that the claims that were made were material misrepresentations. And what I will say to the court, and why I say that to the court, is because the representations that were made by counsel was that Miss Daisha Young, Miss Sonia Allen, Mr. Dexter Bonds, Investigator Hill, Investigator Green, Investigator Ricks, all of these people would be called, and Mr. Bradley would be able to impeach their knowledge by saying that he specifically in his presence or to him said that Miss Willis and Mr. Wade were in a romantic relationship, and that Miss Willis and Mr. Wade were cohabitating, that they all knew that. And I would submit to the court, we didn't hear from any of those individuals. Mr. Bradley impeached no one. And I say no one because he did not impeach Mr. Wade. In order to properly impeach a witness, you have to confront the witness with the specific statements. Mr. Wade, and you can look back at the YouTube of the entire hearings of the last couple days, Mr. Wade wasn't once confronted with a statement that he claimed or said, or that is claimed that he said to Mr. Bradley. The way you properly impeach somebody, you have to confront the witness. Here would be Mr. Wade. And once he makes a statement that you believe to be inconsistent, and you have a witness who can prove that inconsistency, that's when you call that witness. And when Mr. Wade was on the stand, not once was he asked, did you tell Mr. Bradley this in a confidential conversation in your conference room that was not covered under attorney-client privilege? That was not asked. The specifics of that conversation was not asked. Mm-hmm. So any testimony that Mr. Bradley testified to is impermissible. It is improper impeachment because they did not confront Mr. Wade with it. So that's where the state would begin with the comments that Mr. Merchant made about me referencing his wife as lying. I never called Ms. Merchant a liar. I never used those words. I don't know why she made the material misrepresentations. It could be because Mr. Bradley lied to her. I don't know the reason. So, but I can submit to the court that those were material misrepresentations that were made to this court on the day a few Mondays ago, as everyone was arguing the motions to quash certain subpoenas. I'd also bring to the court's attention that during that motion to quash subpoenas, certain subpoenas, Ms. Yerge's attorney appeared, Mr. Partridge, and he made very clear on that Zoom that Ms. Yerge had absolutely no knowledge of a romantic relationship and absolutely no knowledge of cohabitation. Those were the specific references that he made. So yep. What I would
up until she got on the stand,
submit to the court is those are considered adoptive omissions that his client has made based on the statements he made because of the representations she made to him. So, and I know that sounds convoluted, but what I would say to the court is Ms. Yerge told Mr. Partridge, because Mr. Partridge told the court that she had absolutely no information about a romantic relationship, and she had absolutely no information as in regards to.
So, but wait, are you making an argument I should make inferences based? Now, these would be attorney-client privileges or communications then. She's communicating with Mr. Partridge about what her upcoming testimony is. That's why she's hired him. And you're telling me I should infer things based on her communications to him?
Absolutely, because they're not attorney-client communications anymore when
you see what he just did.
Discloses them to the court and everybody else as they watch the Zoom and attend the hearing. The difference is
you're an idiot.
There was no request to go in camera. There was no request to go or to have a private conversation with you as was done with Mr. Bradley. That would have been the proper procedure. So yes, I'm asking you to infer that 100%. I'm asking you to infer that her testimony was at best inconsistent.
You're an idiot.
Because the testimony of Ms. Yerge, when she testified, was vague, very little description when asked in a very leading manner. Is it true or do you know that Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade were in a relationship from 2019 into the time you were you were forced to resign from the district attorney's office in March of 2022? She said yes. And then further, when pressed by Mr. Sadow, he talks about why she believed they were in a relationship. And what was interesting from Ms. Yerge's testimony that they were pretty close friends up until she left the DA's office, that she asserted to the court that on a yearly basis, Miss Willis said, I'm in a relationship with Mr. Wade in 2019. Oh, by the way, I want to tell you again in 2020, because we're in a new year, I'm still in a relationship with Mr. Wade. And again, in 2021, the assertion is Miss Willis then went back to Miss Yurdy and confirmed, hey, I just want to reconfirm me and Mr. Wade are still in a relationship. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. More importantly, when Mr. Sadal asked her about why she believed that they were in a romantic relationship based on her own observations, she said something. He actually asked her, did you see him kissing or hugging? She said yes, but there was no description or qualification about when it occurred, what she actually saw, excuse me, was it a kiss on the cheek, things of that nature. So I would ask you to frame her testimony from that standpoint when you're addressing her credibility, as the court is going to do with each and every witness that you heard during the testimony of all the witnesses during the hearing. I'm going to see if my screen will share.
Who was this sister? She a district attorney, a state's attorney too?
This one right here? The one
Yeah.
right next to Wade?
Yeah.
She part of the team. She's part of the team. But look, she gonna be the one to point out he's fucking up.
The
Watch
standard
the looks on her
and the
face.
burden here in this instance as it relates to defense counsel and the claims that they have made in the motion to disqualify. And as I was doing a whole lot of research, I came upon this law review article from Cornell scholarship reading or publication. And they made very clear that courts have been relatively reluctant to exercise their power to disqualify prosecutors for any reason. And that goes along with the standard what the state would submit to the court is that the defense has to show an actual conflict. And in this instance, they have to show it. The actual conflict would be that Miss Willis received a financial benefit or gain and did it got it based upon the outcome of the case. It doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And during the 3 days of the extensive testimony of all of the witnesses and the prolonged examinations of the witnesses by multiple defense counsel, they still got nowhere. We're in the same position we were in on Monday.
It showed that money did
the same assertions that were made on Monday have no answers today as we before your honor. They were not able to provide any evidence as to, or to the contrary of Ms. Willis and Ms. Wade's assertions of when their relationship began. There's absolutely no evidence that contradicts that the relationship did not begin later than or around March of 2022, Your Honor. I'd further submit to the court because of this failure that their assertion or their request that one, the indictment be dismissed. There's absolutely no evidence that the defendants in this case, their due process rights have been harmed in absolutely any way. There was zero evidence, not a single shred of evidence was produced through any of the exhibits or the witness testimony showing how their constitutional rights, their due process rights were at all affected by the relationship that began in March of 2022 with Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade. And because of that, the motion to disqualify should be denied. And Ms. Willis, as the district attorney of Fulton County, and Mr. Wade, as the special prosecutor assigned to this case, should be allowed to remain on this case and continue to prosecute the case to the end, Your Honor, until the trial is set by the court and is to begin. Now, the issues, obviously, you've heard a lot from defense counsel as to what the issues are for you to, determine. And here would be the state's contention is that you must find that there's an actual conflict if you were or are to come to the conclusion that you should disqualify Ms. Willis at the district attorney's office. And looking at
You fucking up. See, when you giving rebuttals and shit and closing arguments, your shit's supposed to be in line. Boom, 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 boom. Just like they've been doing over there on the other side. It's just all in line, well prepared. A lot of statements that he's making, he acting like that judge ain't been sitting through this whole goddamn proceeding. The judge know what the fuck going on.
Because the judge used to be a district attorney.
This motherfucker is bumbling,
The judge
and
used to
stumbling.
be a district. The judge used to be a district attorney, so he know the ins and outs.
This motherfucker
He
is
know.
fumbling. No, he fucking it up right now. They needed somebody up there that's got this shit together. Boom, 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 bam, 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 and this here right here, this motherfucker's bumbling, stumbling, and fumbling. Watch.
What?
I think you're talking about, is this Ventura?
It's McGlynn v. State, MCGLYNN v. State, 342 Georgia Appeal 170. It's a 2017 case. In that case, it talks about the standard of proof that the defense, or the burden that the defense must show and go to show an actual conflict is, they say it's a high standard of proof, which is definitely not a preponderance of the evidence, which is a much lower burden for any party who's trying to meet that standard of preponderance. But it's clear that the standard is that it's a high standard of proof for both when determining whether there's an actual conflict and when there's forensic misconduct that is found, Your Honor. And I want to go through some of the cases that defense counsel has referenced, that they argued here today and in their filings. And I guess the bright line standard, or the standard and the grounds for which disqualification is appropriate for Your Honor to be determining in all of the cases as it relates to disqualifying the elected district attorney, is you either find that there's a conflict of interest or that there's been some sort of forensic misconduct. Those are, I guess, the two areas that, Your Honor, that is in your purview when you are looking to resolve an issue regarding disqualification. Now, in a recent case, Lee v. State, which is 224 Georgia, Lexus 31. It's a February of 2024 case here out of our appellate courts. And in that case, Justice Pinson wrote that a trial court did not abuse its discretion by failing to disqualify an assistant district attorney absent an actual conflict of interest. And that is the case that was ruled on by the Georgia Court of Appeals about a month ago, Your Honor. Now, the cases in which defense counsel has relied on in their briefs and here today, I would submit to the court the cites are misleading, are inapplicable, and some of them actually support the state's position. And what I would say to you is that the defendants, in many instances, combine language from the multiple cases and kind of what I would say is misstates the law as it relates to what the law or what is required in order for an elected district attorney and their office to be disqualified. And what I would submit to the court is...
Let's go back to that. Show me how.
Show them how.
Show you how.
I think the first one they cited was Battle versus the state. Certainly a conflict of interest or the appearance of impropriety can be the grounds of disqualification.
Fumble! Fumble on the play. Fumble on the
Remember, these
motherfucking
cases that
play
seem
right
to exclusively
there.
rely on the
Pick
appearance
the ball up, you dumb motherfucker. You cocksucking son of a bitch. Pick the ball up. Get that dick up out your ass, boy. What the fuck is wrong with him, cuz? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? He's not ready.
He's supposed to. Yeah, he wasn't ready. He's supposed to flow right through.
Let's see. Okay, this is what I want to find out right here, Fani, y'all. If y'all survive this, if y'all get through this, you better get this motherfucker off the case. Period.
Yeah.
Fire him. Fire him. Send him back to wherever the fuck y'all got him from. This motherfucker is fumbling. Fumbling. The judge just had to stop him and said, show me. You already fucked up about old girl testing. Because the judge do believe old girl. I'm sorry. He believes. Now, you mean to tell me that you done took some you talked to old girl's attorney before the Zoom call? That's some attorney-client privilege shit right there. You involved in that? No, Your Honor. I'm just saying. You fucked up. This is the second fumble.
Yeah.
Count them, cuz. I'm counting 2 fumbles so far.
Yeah.
Of impropriety.
Right.
Well, they acknowledge that there's some ambiguity here, that sometimes Whitworth gets cited to Ventura, and we've got this quote that comes up where it's just they only cite to an actual conflict that must be involved. They acknowledge the ambiguity. You're saying there's no ambiguity whatsoever.
I am saying that, and why I am saying that, why the court is in all of those cases, they do reference the appearance of an impropriety, but they reference that because they also find there's an actual conflict in each one of those cases.
So your position would be, your review of the case law, there's never been an appellate opinion that relied only on an appearance of propriety.
As it relates to a prosecutor or district attorney, yes, that is what I'm saying. What I would say is in those cases, they do reference the fact that there is an appearance of impropriety, but they reference that fact because when you have an actual conflict, there's always an appearance of impropriety. And those are what those cases stand for. And I guess that is the main example of what I reference as they kind of combine the language from separate and different cases and tell you that the standard is an appearance of impropriety. And I would submit to the court that is not the standard. And in my first reading, like Your Honor, I did notice that the cases each reference the appearance of impropriety, but also that appearance arose from the fact the court found an actual conflict in each one of those cases. So I won't belabor the point in going through all of the cases that the defense had cited, but what I would submit to the court and reading those cases is that I found that they kind of fell into 5 categories, that some that didn't concern disqualification at all, some that determined or that were about, I call it divided loyalty, which is a conflict that arises from representing becoming a prosecutor and then having represented the defendant prior to becoming a prosecutor, and then whether there's an actual personal interest in the outcome, and then others talk about whether the defendant was denied a fundamentally fair trial at the conclusion and of the case after conviction. And these are some of the cases that defense counsel had cited within their brief that had absolutely no application to the issue that we're here before Your Honor today. The first, McIver v. State, has nothing to do or has nothing related to the disqualification of anyone.
I think some of these are just relating to kind of aspiring for broad language about standards to prosecutors. So point taken there. But if they're more, all right, keep going.
Let's just fast forward. Let's just fast forward this bumbling, stumbling fucking idiot. Let's get to the part where Fani has to actually come up there and give him a post-it note, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that at? When she
and tell him to be conscious of the time. I think she was telling him to pay attention to the time.
No, she was saying, motherfucker, you fired. You fired. Where's Anna? Where's Anna Cross?
She in there. She on Zoom.
They needed her today. They needed her back.
Veracity of the statements made by
the witness
Folks, the
or not.
bumming and the bumming
So that
continues.
is the most important factor when determining whether somebody is telling the truth or a lie.
I just fast forward because
Furthermore,
he ain't didn't have but fumble, brother, and the judge was like,
reluctantly,
listen.
when pressed,
Judge
they
just said,
admitted
come
that
on,
he
go on.
paid off the assault victim. Eventually it started with an escrow account, led to he did pay off the victim in that
Come on.
case.
Oh boy, now you want to
He
blast
testified
Bradley.
over a
We all
span
know
of 3
that.
days, and like I referenced to the court, he must have said 15 times that he had no personal firsthand knowledge as it relates to the relationship between Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade. More importantly,
He's supposed to be defending their
when
office
pressed by
and their honor.
counsel, he could not pinpoint a time in which he knew that the relationship occurred. There were many
He did
instances
on
in
the
which he
text.
described that very
He
well
did.
could have fallen within the time frame that was testified and by both Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade as it relates to the relationship beginning or transitioning into dating in March of 2022 and into the end of the relationship in August or the summer of 2023. And as I referenced to the court, the statements that Mr. Bradley made, the state would contend are inadmissible hearsay as it relates to the statements that he was pressed and asked about what Mr. Wade told him, because Mr. Wade was never confronted with those statements. And in order for impeachment to be proper, he must be confronted with the specific statements that are alleged to have been made in order to impeach him. Again, Mr. Bradley had every motive to lie. I believe the text messages are kind of clear, are very clear as it relates to his disdain towards Mr. Wade, which due to the fact that he was expelled or exiled from a thriving law practice, and it was clear that the practice and Mr. Wade sided with the alleged sexual assault victim, which is clear. He assaulted her due to the fact that he paid her off.
Wade was part of it. You idiot. Why do you bring
as
that
I
up? Wade
referenced
was part
earlier,
of it.
Ms.
told her to pay the bitch
Merchant
off.
represented to the court that Mr. Bradley had personal firsthand knowledge basically of it all, of everything, and that he would be able to basically be an impeaching machine. I think Your Honor referenced him as the star witness when you were addressing the claims that were made by Ms. Cross in relations to Ms. Merchant's representations to the court. And what I would submit to the court is that all Mr. Bradley's representations as it relates to when the relationship between Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade began, and whether they cohabitated, because that was a promise that was also made, that he would be able to impeach the investigators as it relates to cohabitation, was mere speculation, gossip, and innuendo. And this is, Your Honor.
The question I got, and we can correct this while we're all here together, is that Mr. Bradley directly overheard a statement from each of these individuals that they could be impeached with. Ms. Merchant, is that accurate?
Directly overheard. Which ones are we talking about?
Well, essentially, that kind of seemed to be all of them. You had said Allen, Bond, Young, and then the investigators, Hill, Green, and Ricks, could all be directly impeached by statements overheard by Mr. Bradley.
Yes.
In reference to your question, the unequivocal answer was yes.
That's Merchant.
When Your Honor is looking through the text messages, I would submit to the court that the text messages don't even say or indicate what was represented to the court in relation to the good faith basis for this motion to disqualify as it relates to the testimony of and the ability to impeach witnesses through Mr. Bradley. What's been referenced by all counsel is Mr. Bradley's assertion of absolutely as it relates to whether the relationship existed prior to Mr. Wade's hiring. And the question in itself involves speculation because it asks, do you think it started before she hired him? And he says, absolutely. He doesn't say he knows. He doesn't provide any context as to how he knows. And in these text messages and through his testimony with the court, the source of his information
was unclear. What I would say to the court, as to a lot of things, other than the one conversation that allegedly occurred between Mr. Wade and Mr. Bradley. And I would submit to the court that that conversation never occurred. That would be the state's contention. And how do we know that? We know that because that conversation was not confronted, or Mr. Wade was not confronted with that conversation. And that is evidence circumstantially, and I'd even say direct, as to that conversation not existing. Because based on the representation made by defense counsel, it would be clear that that would be a conversation that would have been relayed to, because it wasn't privileged, as Your Honor found, that would have been relayed to Ms. Merchant. And if that conversation happened, you better believe that would have been a conversation that defense counsel would have confronted Mr. Wade with and against. And the reason they didn't do that was because it didn't exist.
They was objecting to attorney-client, that would be attorney-client privilege.
Again, you heard from Mr. John C. Floyd III, the district attorney's father. As Your Honor heard, he was a well-respected member of the legal community for over 40 years. But the importance of his testimony was to provide the court with corroboration as it relates to the years leading up to the relationship that transitioned into dating between the district attorney and Mr. Wade. What he testified to is that he moved into her South Fulton home in 2019. The evidence of his moving into that home at that time was his Georgia driver's license, official government document. He further testified that not only did it wasn't that just Ms. Willis and himself live at the South Fulton home, but that he often would see on numerous occasions the significant other of Ms. Willis that was not Mr. Wade. He referenced that that person had a nickname of Deuce, and that he kept a lot of his belongings in the garage of Ms. Willis. He specifically said he kept a lot of his disc jockey equipment, is how he referred to it when before the court. He made very clear that he had never seen Mr. Wade at the South Fulton home that is owned by Ms. Willis. He made clear that he lived in that home with Ms. Willis and Ms. Willis alone, other than her two daughters who would occasionally visit that home until after February of 2021. But what precipitated the soon move of Ms. Willis to what I would reference as safe houses for her protection was a protest that occurred before her home in February of 2021. He then expressed to the court that Ms. Willis moved in the spring of 2021, and that due to these threats that were taken very seriously, he had only seen his child 13 times. He said, in reference to the questions by defense counsel, that
he's using the father's testimony, which we all know that, you know.
The cross-examination.
That's another fumble. Why are you bringing up?
You say on the slide that she was the first choice to lead the prosecution. Was that actually his testimony, or was his testimony that he was asked to come aboard? Did he use the words that he was asked to lead?
Yes, it would be, that's my recollection, that he was asked to lead the prosecution. He was asked to
talking about the governor,
or he was asked to fill the position that Mr. Wade is currently in, which is the lead prosecutor. It was said in that way as well as it relates to the testimony of Mr. Barnes. So I think it'd be very clear. My recollection is that he said lead, but what I can submit to the court that I know he also said that he was asked to fill the position that Mr. Wade is currently filling for the state of Georgia, which is
at that time as special grand jury prosecutor, right?
Yeah, the special, I guess, as the special prosecutor lead the investigation, which
he was asked to be
led
part
to
of
the ultimate prosecution that we're here before Your Honor today. He also indicated that the reason he turned that job down was because it didn't pay enough. He said he had mouths to feed at his law firm, and that he also didn't want to
$600,000 ain't enough,
because he had lived that for the years in which he was the governor of Georgia.
There's another fumble right there. That is not what the governor testified to. He said he just didn't want to be a part of that circus. He got tired of the bodyguards and shit, and the reason why he got mouth beat. He talking about personally. He's with his family now. This will take him away from his family. Not about the money. If he was for the lead prosecutor, that's the money. That ain't about.
Yeah.
This dude is stupid. He got it fucked up. That's why he should have been satisfied.
Furthermore, he confirmed the qualifications of Mr. Wade, which I still find it quite interesting and confusing as to attacking Mr. Wade's qualifications, in that it's almost as if Mr. Roman's counsel is asking that the state put a prosecutor on the case that she sees to be more qualified to attempt to convict her client. It's an interesting argument, and it's one that makes no sense. Furthermore, if you were to believe the claims and allegations as it relates to Ms. Willis' personal stake in the prosecution, the receiving of financial benefits and gains, then you'd have to believe that she was also dating Roy Barnes, the former governor, and Gay Banks, in addition to Mr. Wade. If she has this grand plan scheme in order to profit off of the prosecution of this case. Because that's what they're saying.
No, that is not
or
what
they're saying that she's
fucking idiot.
She
you believe this,
telepathically or prophetically was able to know that Mr. Barnes and Mr. Banks would turn down the position so she could then hire Mr. Wade. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. And it is,
the argument is ridiculous.
Desperate. Man. It's a desperate attempt to remove a prosecutor from a case for absolutely no reason, Your Honor, other than harassment and embarrassment. This slide, and we've been through a lot of the testimony.
And I should be clear there, it was not introduced in evidence that Mr. Banks turned her down, right? How's that part of the record?
Well, I'd ask the court to take judicial notices, has been asked repeatedly.
Unless the district attorney testified to that. I don't
judge is like, man, you fucking up.
I will be frank with the court. I don't recall if Ms. Willis testified to that exact fact, but I know that Mr. Banks represented that to the court during Monday's hearing as it relates to the allegations that were made. I understand Your Honor's position as it relates to that.
Make sure we know exactly what is in the evidence and is not, but regardless, I think your point is made.
I think it's in evidence of the record as it relates to, I guess, the issues that led up to the actual hearing of this case. So I understand Your Honor's position, but it did come out during a proceeding that was prior to the actual hearing.
We're gonna get to the part where this motherfucker, y'all, fumbled after play after play after play after play. Fani and them right now is sitting behind him, looking at him, giving him one of them. No, you fucking up. You turn around, looking, motherfucker, looking at you crazy. That's how they're looking at this stupid fool right now. She did not know that he was gonna get up there and fuck up like this. I'm pretty sure she had confidence in him that he would get up there and make a good cold argument. That he speaks the judge's language. He get up there and talk real nice, and you know what I mean. The judge, you get the judge, sway the judge our way. This motherfucker got up there. It's like he knows the truth, and he trying to cover up the truth with an argument that he can't even fucking do. He's fumbling the ball. He know about Wade in the Fani relationship. He'd also just like the rest of the motherfucking prosecutors.
Yeah.
At least play it like you didn't know. You stupid son of a bitch. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Is he high or something? Is he nervous? Is he thinking about his lover? Is his lover on his mind? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? He's fucking up. I want to fast forward because I want y'all to see the looks on the people sitting behind you. The looks on their face gonna tell it all. They gonna zoom back. Here we go. Here we go. First with Fani. First, look how
2021,
petty
that his
looking at him.
handset appears in that area 23 times.
They already gave up
Why
their
does
How
that
do you
sticky
reconcile that
notes.
with this testimony that was
I'm
alluded to,
fast
I think,
forward
by,
past the sticky note part.
opposing
Look how they
counsel?
looking at
The
this
reasons he
motherfucker.
gave for being in the area.
Well,
Would those line up to 23 times? I think,
Look, old girl. Look
relative
at
to the
old girl
reasons for
face
being
right
there,
here.
right?
I think that's the point. I would say yes, that is the point.
Like that, yeah.
He referenced that that's an area that it was not uncommon for him to be in. And clearly that is the case because Ms. Willis didn't live in that area. So again, it's further corroboration as to what Mr. Wade indicated to the court. And after Ms. Willis moved into the condo in April of 2021, they appeared 35 times. Now, I want to make clear to the court, both Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade never denied that he had been to that condo before. The specific testimony that was elicited by Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade was that he had never laid his head, was the direct quote, at that condo, which these records don't prove that he laid his head anywhere.
Look at old girl.
If you were to believe,
look right here, cuz. You peep old girl right here, cuz. Keep old girl right next to Fanny.
Yep, she didn't drop the head.
What's on her mind right now? What's on her mind right now? This motherfucker might have just lost us this goddamn hearing. Where is old girl? We should have got old girl up there. Oh my God. She's sitting there with her head on her hand. She is not sitting up straight. She mad as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Baby's sitting there trying to play it off. But that old girl sitting next to her, that tells it all. Wade's sitting there like, look at the scowl on Wade's face. Look at the scowl. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
The scowl. Wade's sitting there thinking, my divorce. Stupid son bitch gonna bring up my goddamn divorce proceedings. It's not good, cuz.
I'm just shaking
the analysis, or if you were to give credence to what the non-expert says as it relates to Mr. Wade's handset in September and November for the 3 to 4 hours that the phone is alleged to have remained.
Why don't you bring
that doesn't disprove anything that was testified by both Mr. Wade and District Attorney Willis. It was that he visited there. The specific hours of their visits was not something that was pursued during the questioning of both of the parties. So
no need to
what I would also submit to the court is that if you look at the days as it relates to September and November, the use, the type of information that is used to make the plots for the longitude and latitude of the handset is data records. It's not.
This motherfucker's stupid. Not only do they got other shit. The songs that he was playing. The song, your playlist on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
They got that shit. So if you keep on thinking, oh, that's not important, or then no, it's not. They can bring up even more shit, you goofy motherfucker. You shouldn't even have to fuck with that. They just admitted that in the evidence, and the judge said you gonna take a look at it. But you even make him want to take even more look at it. You bumbling idiot.
Yeah. And then, he knows that they have access to, and he's going to say they have access to their own forensics when it comes to the cell phones. They have their access to their own forensics when it comes to all of this information. And they used it in this case. And they submitted it to the judge.
They ain't even brought the details out yet. Like called the expert out and all that. The judge said
they did. They did.
They bring the expert out for the thing.
No, they didn't.
They submitted that. But now,
yeah,
while the judge is sitting there going through this decision for the next 2 weeks, right? He's finna go ahead and look. Now he's finna go and look. You see what I'm saying? Why dude's making this argument? Now the judge is finna be like, okay, during these 2 weeks, I'm gonna go over the shit. That's gonna be one of the things he's gonna go in and look at. One of the, he can call the expert up. Hey, Yeah, and y'all, we also got this and that and this.
Yeah. Can
The
you send
times
me
that
more
he
text
traveled and
messages?
what songs he was playing.
Yeah. Can
We
you
even
send me
could
more
pull
text
her.
messages?
We can even pull her shit and give you the song she was playing while they was fucking.
Yeah.
This goofy motherfucker.
He can pull all of their text messages and things.
This goofy. Yeah, he gonna just put had that all this shit pulled. Don't be surprised if shit get leaked too, because like you said, they shit that got hacked. And all this shit is innocent in somebody else's hands right now, waiting to be released if they don't get that ransom up. Don't forget, folks. Keep your head, keep your eyes, ears open in the news about that ransom that these hackers have got.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, brother, I feel sorry for you.
Voice records, it's not SMS or text
bro.
messages, it's data records. And it is not uncommon for an expert to testify as it relates specifically to AT&T records that actual data record is unreliable as it relates to the location of the handset due to the type of information that it is, that it's data. It's not the voice and the SMS, which I know, Your Honor, as has been referenced, was a prosecutor not only here in this county, but for the federal government, where this kind of information is commonly used. So in the comments that were made by the court, it was clear that you understood and understand the use of cell phone records as it relates to put somebody in an area, and again, not in a specific location. I'd also bring to the court's attention as it relates to the validity of the affidavit and the analysis done by the expert that was hired by Mr. Sadow, is that not once does it reference the fact that AT&T records commonly have duplicate and triplicate entries within the call detail records. That is something that is commonly seen, and that is something that is seen in these records. And that is something that leads to the incorrect number of times that has been alleged that Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade were in communication through text.
If you go to your carrier right now and say, I want to see all my text messages, they're gonna give you that shit. It's gonna be line by line. It's not gonna be no duplicate, ain't gonna be no fuck ups. It's gonna be down to the T, the time, the date, all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then if you want to go to the tool that they used, this what's it called, wire something, whatever that shit is, it gives you more detail. This dude don't know what the fuck he talking about. He's a stumbling, bumbling idiot. If you go back and watch his whole argument, he basically saying is just because they're a DA, a special prosecutor, you got to come with more of a higher standard that affects the defense. Conflicts of interest. No, you don't. All you got to prove is that you motherfuckers is bogus and impropriative. That's it. But dude, the old man just laid out 6 reasons. 6. This motherfucker fumbled and bumbled all his way all around it. Want to go after the motherfuckers that already got on the thing and testify. Then you just made a statement saying you talked to old girl's attorney? Which you were breaking a client, you just admitted you just broke attorney-client privilege. The judge just pointed that shit out to you bumbling idiot. Oh my God. Let's go.
Text and voicemail. And I'd also submit to the court that that number doesn't prove anything again. Doesn't prove that anybody's in a relationship. It proves that they were in communication with each other. And I think Your Honor can use your own life experience as it relates to people you work with or friends that you're close with, and the number of times that you make calls to any of those people. I can submit to the court that I have a friend who I've been friends with for 15 years. And she worked in the office previously with me. And based on our professional relationship and our personal relationship, the friendship that we had had and still have,
no, you don't.
We talk.
No, you don't.
30 times a day.
You and your boyfriend? Bring that up.
And
How many times you and your boyfriend say?
So the assertion that the number of times that Miss Willis and Mr. Wade
he has a boyfriend, ladies and gentlemen.
Spoken to each other, whether through text message or
partner
phone. It's
His partner don't text as much
as it relates to them being in a relationship. What I would submit to the court is that what was shown through all of the evidence was that there's been a true cost to Miss Willis as it relates to her life, that she had additional expenses that she had to endure because of her position, in the sense that she told the court that she had a mortgage, but on top of that mortgage, that in a house she didn't live in anymore, she had to pay for a safe house.
Why is you bringing this up?
That her home was vandalized,
Why is this part of your argument?
and there were racial epithets and sexual bigotry that were spray painted onto her house. The concern of her safety in her life is something that was testified to, and the fact that this job has led to the isolation and separation of her from her family and friends, which was given credence, and the credibility of those statements were provided by her father, Mr. Floyd, that he'd only seen his daughter 13 times since all of these instances occurred. The stateful nature of the statements and the falsehoods that, for example, in these text messages that were purposefully leaked to the media as it relates to Miss Willis's daughter, subjecting her position in school, that she flunked out of college, which isn't true, which in fact she has graduated from an HBCU. But what's been leaked to the media is the fact that she flunked out of school and someone other than her father moved her, which again, the validity of which was never shown. And all the while, Ms. Willis, facing these costs, has been able to continue to do the work unrelated to this case, which is shown in the fact that Atlanta's murder rate and violent crime rates have decreased while she has been in office.
That's
what was shown through the testimony of all of the witnesses and through the evidence that Your Honor heard was that there wasn't an actual conflict, that the defense failed to provide any sort of actual conflict in relation to Ms. Wade's, I guess, the relationship that transpired
another sticky note
from.
So y'all go just like your sticky note on his ass
and Mr. Wade,
wrap it up.
and that there was absolutely no evidence of a financial benefit
Sit
that she
down.
gained as it relates to the prosecution of this case and the ultimate outcome of the case. The corroboration of all of that is the things that Your Honor is very much aware that she could have, I guess, financially benefited from stretching out the case, for lack of better words, by the grand jury. The special grand jury recommended that 39 individuals be indicted. But through her sifting through the special grand jury's report and all of the evidence with the team that indicted the case, they only with 19 of the defendants, which had she gone with all 39, there's based on the defense counsel's assertions, would have given her the opportunity to certainly find these financial gains that are claimed through the allegations of defense counsel. More importantly, why would Ms. Willis repeatedly ask this court to set a trial date as soon as possible if her motive in prosecuting this case was to continue to financially gain as alleged from the prosecution of this case? It doesn't line up. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense for a reason, because it doesn't exist. More importantly, this office has multiple RICO and as well as large scale cases like this one and much larger. And they also, there's a lot of high profile prosecutions. If Ms. Willis's ultimate goal by hiring Mr. Wade was for her financial benefit, then she would put Mr. Wade on every single one of those cases. So she could certainly revel in the riches and lavish lifestyle that has been referred to by defense counsel, which there's been absolutely no evidence of. The evidence was she stayed at a DoubleTree in Napa, a DoubleTree. I don't know that to be a lavish hotel. Most people, when they go to Napa, if they want to lavishly experience Napa, stay at the Ritz-Carlton, the Four Seasons, things of that nature, not a DoubleTree. So the allegations and assertions that Miss Willis was living the lifestyle of the rich and the famous is a joke, an absolute joke.
Oh, so Belize is a joke?
As it relates to what you heard and the secondary issue
All
is
the
the
mother
forensic
chips getting took.
misconduct.
That's a joke, huh?
And for lack of better words,
Just forget
what
about that.
has
Man.
to be shown is that the statements that were made by Ms. Willis related to the prosecution of the case and ultimately the guilt or innocence of the defendants. We have none of those statements. There's been no evidence. Nothing has been provided to your honor as it relates to Ms. Willis.
He goes on a whole
about
nother.
any of the defendants and in relation to the guilt or innocence of any.
There's like 5 more minutes of him
counsel's
bubbling.
motion to disqualify the elected district attorney.
Get your ass out of here. Look, they immediately leaving.
Thank you, Mr. Body.
Look, Benny, man, the motherfucker.
Your Honor, I think we have 5 minutes and 44 seconds.
Benny is madder than a
That's what it
son of a
says.
bitch in this
Mr. Cromwell.
motherfucker, man. You see how quick
Oh,
Benny
you
got up?
okay? Handing it up.
Did you see how? Do you think Benny is happy with this closing? Cause
No, she's not. No.
do you actually believe that they're gonna win this hearing after this bumbling idiot? They actually look. This is fucked
It's
up.
gonna
now.
be up to the judge.
It's up to
It's
the
gonna be
judge.
up to the
but
judge.
God damn. Hold on. We got another special guest, ladies and gentlemen. We got our cousin, little cuz. Hold on, cuz.
I can see.
This is Glenn King, ladies and gentlemen.
And I bet
Come on, my cousin right here.
What up, man? What up?
Baby boy.
Hey,
Try to
we
join
just-
my Aunt Lizzie's eye.
hey, man, I just hopped on, man, make a guest appearance and shit, man.
Hey, man, we just got done. We wrapping it up tonight. This is it. We done fucking with it. Man, what's your opinion on what's going on?
Now, what you say?
Turn your TV down a little bit.
You said what?
Turn your TV down, dog. When you on live, you gotta turn that TV down, man.
Oh no, my girl in here talking.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I'm talking to Dusha.
We live, baby.
Oh yeah, I know. No, man, I just come to say what's up, man. I come to say what's up. You know.
Hey, cuz, what you? Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Dushan?
Hey.
How's Vegas, baby?
Oh, you already know it's good.
We need to come out there and see you.
When y'all gonna come visit? When y'all gonna come check it out?
Glenn's birthday.
All right, okay. That's in July, right? That's
Hell
in July,
yeah!
right?
He ain't never been before.
I'm right there with it. We almost like back to back
Hey.
on this birthday shit.
And you playing my shit too. And you playing my shit too.
Oh, okay.
Let's give a toast to the assholes. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. That is my
Y'all watch the show now. Y'all keep watching the show. This is a reunion.
What up, cuz?
What up, baby?
What's going on?
Come on, get up here. Let me see your face, man. Come up to the
camera.
Chris.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up,
Hello.
That's
everybody.
That's my cousin Christopher, y'all. That's
What's
my cousin
going on?
Christopher. God damn, it's a family reunion.
All right, we out here.
Y'all get on in here, man. I just need y'all opinion, man, on this Fani Willis disqualification shit, man. They just wrapped it up today to close the arguments. What y'all think? What y'all think finna happen to Fani, man?
What'd you say one time?
What y'all think finna happen to Fani? Fani Willis. What y'all think's gonna happen to her?
Have a toast to the douchebags.
Oh shit! What you drinking there?
Hey man, I love y'all, man.
We love you too, cuz.
Hey, I just hopping in and seeing what's going on.
Hey, Chris.
Y'all take it easy. I'll hop back on here maybe in a little while or maybe another time.
Tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna set y'all up on how to get this shit going like we doing.
Oh yeah. I'll be on here, man. I'm gonna be doing shit.
You just put in front of the camera. You know they paying, right? You know they pay you.
Oh yeah.
They'll pay you.
Oh yeah. We'll be linked in for sure.
All right, man. I'm gonna send that link in. Make sure y'all tap in tomorrow morning, man.
That'll work, man. That'll work.
Love
y'all. Y'all take care.
Hey, give Lizzie a big old kiss and hug for me too. Give your grandma a big kiss and hug for me too.
I sure will. I sure will. I sure will.
And for me too.
All right, I
And
will. I
from me
love you
too.
guys.
Love you too,
All right.
cuz. All right, big cuz. Yeah. See, that's what a family reunion all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just a show. It's a motherfucking family reunion. And all family members is invited to stop in and say what's up. We're gonna put them on, cuz they better come on, get right.
Yes.
They better come on. But hold on, cuz let's rewind, cuz we're about to wrap this shit up. We'll get on some other shit tomorrow after the little seminar. I can do that little half an hour seminar tomorrow. I'm gonna get you back up here. We're gonna finish this shit. Cause I know we're going on 3 hours once again. Every time we do this shit, cuz it just gets so good. You forget about the time.
Yeah.
You forget about the time.
I made a record again tonight.
That's how fun this shit is. And then goddamn, we finna goddamn this money gonna come in.
All allegations that have been made during the course
so this piece of shit
attempts to disqualify. In conjunction with that,
look at that. She immediately gets up. Don't want to talk. Don't want to talk about the shit.
Connor, I think we have 5 minutes.
No.
44 seconds.
Get out of there.
That's what it says.
Random motherfucker.
Oh, you okay? Handing it over. Understood.
Random
Just say that all yours.
motherfucker. You gonna put the icing on the cake?
I'm going to do rebuttal, specific rebuttal. One, state somehow makes an argument that we should have asked Mr. Wade questions about his relationship and his communications with Mr. Bradley when they objected over and over and over. And Wade's counsel objected over and over and over, claiming that everything that Bradley was told by Wade was attorney-client privilege. Your Honor made determinations thereafter to Bradley. We didn't get the opportunity to call Mr. Wade back to the stand. So to claim that you can't impeach him because you didn't ask him when they objected to us asking him is obviously a false position to take, as disingenuous as it can be. Now, if the court wants to open it up, we'll be more than happy to call Mr. Wade back to the stand. But as the record stands, there could be no confrontation of Mr. Wade when both his counsel and the state are arguing that it shouldn't be done.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Let's use a little common sense here. Forensic misconduct received about 2 minutes worth of discussion. The rest of it is all on conflict. Forensic misconduct dealing with the way the state wants you to have it is if you don't accuse someone or you don't say that someone's guilty.
Yeah, assuming you can impugn someone's character to the degree that constitutes forensic misconduct. Why is that?
I'm sorry, say that.
Here. Assuming you can impugn someone's character to the degree that it constitutes forensic misconduct. I guess the state's primary position was that they weren't talking about you at the church.
Right. And if you go listen to it and watch it, it starts off by saying, why does Commissioner Bridget Thorne and so many others, and then it refers to they attack him for being black. They attack him, not anyone else, just they attack the black man. They're not talking about Miss Thorne or Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're talking about us. And you know how everybody knows that? Because not a single story from the media reported anything other than Fani Willis accused the defense and defendants of being racist. Now, here's the common sense part of this. If you follow the state's position on forensic misconduct, Fani Willis could all day long talk about race. She could say the defendants, I'm not saying they're guilty or not guilty, but they're racist. They're racist. They're racist. And according to the state's position on forensic misconduct, that wouldn't be a problem. Obviously, that makes no sense whatsoever. The issue here that we've dealt with on forensic misconduct is not simply the church speech. It's why she did it, how she did it, calculated, and all the other things that we talked about with the testimony of Wade and Willis in this case. Let's go to the relationship issues and the cell phones briefly. No one knew that there was a relationship between Wade and Willis, according to Wade and Willis. Not a soul was ever told that they were dating or that there was an intimate relationship, ever. They concealed it from all parties, from Daddy. Daddy didn't even know they had a relationship. Suggest that somehow in the beginning of 2021, January to whatever it was into April, that they couldn't have met in Hapeville. They didn't meet anywhere that would allow the public to see them. That's the reason why they were meeting at Yertes, because no one else was ever there. Remember the testimony? Who else was there besides Mr. Wade and Miss Willis? Both of them agreed. No one ever went there except them. They didn't go to where Daddy was in Miss Willis's house because Daddy was there and Daddy would know. No other prosecutors knew. No one knows except who? The one person that knew was Bradley and Yerty. Yerty was best friend at that time of Miss Willis, and Bradley was the partner of Wade. Now, the only way that the only way that Bradley can walk away from the, I have very little time, so I'll skip that. Let's go to something. Motive. That's an issue. Whose motive in this case is the strongest? Fani Willis, Nathan Wade. Because if they testify truthfully on every point, what happens if the relationship started before November 1st? They get disqualified. Who has the best motive of anyone to lie? They do. Who has the most at stake to lie? They do.
I disagree.
Who wants to stay on this case for whatever the financial reason may be? They do.
And all right. Thank you,
No,
Mr.
I disagree, cuz.
I do too.
I totally disagree right there. So Judge said he'll be back in 2 weeks, which will be what? Put us about March 14th. Come March 15th, you're going to see Fani sitting in front of that goddamn commission up the street. All this shit is right all in the same area. So stay tuned here in about a couple weeks. This shit ain't over. There's a lot of residue.
And then they've already said that they're going to, regardless of whichever way the judge decides to give his verdict, that they're going to appeal it. There's been 3 attorneys over there that already said that to the judge.
Yeah.
They already let the judge know several times during these proceedings.
It's going to further put this case on hold. It's another holding case. In the meantime,
it's another stall tactic.
They better get some motherfucker. That judge, the judge can even do this, cuz he could find another judge and pass it to him and let him take it. Did you know that? He can be on the phone right now. Hey man, you want this shit? Cause I don't want it, man. I don't want this shit in my courtroom. But hey, can you handle it? You want some fame? You get just you get on TV. I got my little you know what I'm saying? More than 15 minutes of fame. Another judge could be like, send that shit over here. Same prosecutor, same everything. Come on, send that shit over here. And be like, hey, we're gonna continue on with the case. As far as her disqualification bullshit, I'm not trying to hear that shit right now. He could do that. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. He actually asked the judge, hey, here, but you gotta have a good report. You gotta have some judges that's willing to bring that shit to their courtroom. You know what I'm saying? This man trying to get this. He got other cases that he really want to hear. Murders, homicides, drugs. Mm-hmm. This RICO shit with Donald Trump. He like, man, hey, this shit gonna get kicked up the road anyway. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't want I don't want this smoke. I really don't.
What do you think about both of them, Willis and Wade, getting discharged? What do you think? I'm disqualified. What do you think?
Either way,
do you think?
Either way, she got her. She's not worried about this. The case gonna continue, regardless. It's gonna get stretched out a little bit, but oh well. Trump is about to have an ankle monitor on his fucking ankle. y'all. You heard it here first. You heard it right here first. Trump, if he do get elected president, he's gonna be the first motherfucking president getting elected with a goddamn ankle bracelet. And sure, it's gonna get cut off, but hey, another part of history, another good part of this is gonna be a very interesting election year. Now, Wade, he got bigger fish to fry. Now he ain't gonna have time for this. He gonna have to step back. He gonna have to hand this. Another special prosecutor gonna have to step in. Another judge gonna take it, and Fani got to go answer to the goddamn what's the name them up the street. This case is still gonna go. It's not gonna leave Fulton County. I don't think it's gonna leave Fulton County, cuz it's just gonna get passed on to another. So. It's gonna get passed to another judge. I don't think, but me personally, if don't no other judge take it, he gonna get this shit up out of here. Which therefore he'll have to just disqualify her from the case and take on her other cases and shit and be focused on that. While now another county gonna have to step in, which is gonna take what, another 6 months to a year, right? Something like that. If they really want it though. Because if another surrounding county, like these Republican counties, take it, because you know Atlanta's black, Democrat. Mm-hmm. Straight up black. So if it makes it to one of these surrounding counties around Atlanta that's red, oh, you know, it's gonna get thrown out altogether. So I'm pretty sure if he wants this to stay in the county and he don't want to deal with it, he on the phone with these other judges right now. He gonna take either these 2 weeks to decide, or he take 2 weeks to reach out to these other judges. Hey man, you want this? And another judge might want it. Yeah, I'll take it. Send him over here. Send him over to my courtroom. I'm gonna deny the hearing. I don't give a fuck about that hearing shit. You feel me? Another thirsty. You be like, I'll take it. Oh yeah, I heard about y'all filing motions about disqualification. No, I'm not gonna disqualify her. We're gonna continue on with the proceedings of the RICO though. I'll take that. Yeah, y'all, you motherfuckers thought you was slick. Thought y'all gonna get it. No, it don't work like that. See, we do shit different around here. Us 6 judges around here got a little something going on too. Not like y'all though. We ain't dirty like y'all. We actually hold the law. And yeah, I'll send signatures and shit over here. Yeah, my courtroom will do it. Malcolm can excuse himself, basically, and give it to another judge. Yeah, did nobody think about that, huh? Oh, I decided I'm gonna just excuse myself. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Judge such and such. The Judge such and such will come in there. Oh, hey, ladies and gentlemen, of course y'all heard of me. Because now this judge want his shit. Don't think they don't, cuz another judge might want it. And it'll be right there in that same county. Right there, that same. There's more than one judge in that goddamn building. See, motherfucker, about that. You forgot about that, didn't you? See, don't think it's slick. Now Trump, man, they got some heavy hitters though, cuz. Motherfuckers, that's about 10 motherfuckers with some heavy hitting ass lawyers. But that Ashley Merchant, now see, she's no dirtier than Fani. I'll tell you that right now. Why y'all talking about Fani's dirty? No. No, she got it going on too. Now, y'all saw that today. Y'all thought Fani was a little bust down. No, she bad in a motherfucker, boy. Woo! She bad in a mother. That's the queen of Atlanta, baby. That is the queen of Atlanta. You hear me? No, they ain't getting off the hook like that. No. She got other shit to deal with anyway, right? She's still gonna keep this case. Wade might have to be repositioned, so to speak, right? He will no longer be special prosecutor, and I wouldn't want to be any goddamn way. I got a divorce to go handle. I got too much shit. I'm about to lose my whole house. If the bitch go after the car, I might make a run for it. in my car. Shit. Well, what you think, cuz?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's too many different things too many possibilities that the judge too many different avenues that the judge could go in. And I think, we covered pretty much all of the avenues that the judge could decide whichever way. But we do know that whichever way that the judge decides, that the defendants over there, they have already said that they're going to appeal it.
Yeah.
So whichever way he decides, they're going to appeal it because what they're wanting is for not only for Fani to be disqualified. That's a delay, which is a stall tactic.
They're trying to impeach her.
But they're trying to impeach her. They don't want her to be district attorney, period. And the other thing is they want this case for all of these people to go away. They act as if, it never happened. But it happened.
Yeah.
It happened. We all saw what he did. We all heard the phone call that what Trump did when he called down there on that phone and told him to find them damn votes.
I need 12,000 votes. I need 12,000 votes, okay? You do what you got to do. But give me, what's his number? I'm about to call him now, too, to make sure you do your job. I need 12,000 votes now. Yeah. You guys get it done, and you get it done quick. Get it done quickly. Quickly. Yes, Mr. Trump. Call next month. Hey, now, I'm pretty sure you got word. What's going on around there? They're going to take the election from me. I can't let them have Georgia. I cannot let them have Georgia. We must win Georgia. I need 12,000 votes. Look, they already flipped on each other. They got the cases in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the motherfuckers, it was a lot more motherfuckers. They already flipped and bagged out.
It was 30. It was 30 something of them. Now they didn't broke it down
broke it all the way down. Everybody flipped on, just like the YSL trial. 13. Just like the YSL trial. You see all the motherfuckers that flipped on each other and told on each other. This nigga, that nigga, you didn't say thug the one, yeah. Same thing here. They done flipped on Trump. They're not worried about Trump. They don't even think Trump is gonna get elected any motherfucking way. They ain't worried. But these motherfuckers is still on, they worried. And they want Trump to win. They want him to win. See, that's the difference between the motherfuckers that's on, motherfuckers is shit. And don't think this is it. Let's say if the case do, there are 3 states right now. He is not on the primary ballot. You will not see Trump at the Republican convention in 3 states as we know it right now. This one of them. Nevada's one of them. Where Greta at? That's another one. In Illinois, he will not be on your primary ballot. Now, which will break some of these votes up. Democratic, Republican, and an incumbent. So, either way, he's not going to get enough votes. If Haley supporters decide that Haley's not going to win, do you think that some of those Haley supporters going to go immediately vote? Hell no. They'll flip Democrat right quick. They'll throw them votes right over to the Democrat pool. You see what I'm saying? If Haley don't overall win the Republican primary, overall, those voters is not going to go to Trump. No, I'm sorry to say. They're already saying like over 49% will not vote Trump. If they ain't going to vote Trump and she loses the primary, where you think they're going to go, cuz? Anybody but Trump. Whoever is in there besides Trump. They're not going to vote Trump. I'm sorry.
It'd be Biden and Kennedy.
Something. Whoever it be. Whoever it be. Won't be Trump. They say they won't. Oh, hell no, we ain't going to. They didn't like that shit. There's a lot of white folks that did show up and storm the White House, and then there's a lot of white folks that thought that's the most embarrassing. It was ashamed to be white that day. Look at their skin and was like, God damn it. You know what? These niggas ain't bad after all. Because these niggas would never do nothing like that. For real. That was an embarrassment in white history. The most embarrassing moment in white history, besides the Civil War, where white folks turned on each other ultimately, and then brought us in to fight the war for them on one side. Had a few niggas fighting on the other. But then when them niggas seen out, there was a bunch of niggas on the other. Hell, jumped the gun right to. Hey, yo, hey, don't let him shoot me in my back. Don't let him shoot me in my back. Hurry up, ran over to the other side. Flipped the Confederate to the Union. Shit, y'all done heard Black history stories about the military and shit? Shit. They was forced to fight that Confederate war. They wasn't. Once they got out there, goddamn, and seen there was niggas on the other. Man, they here snuck their ass around and got it. Hey, y'all, put that. Hey, I swear to dog. Dog, hey, I don't want to be on blame. Yeah. I see how y'all got it. I heard how y'all got it over here. Yeah. Let me come over there. Who you even shoot? I'm on your side, dog. But you got Confederate on, man. Fuck this Confederate shit. Took that shit off. Let me go with them hats, man. Fuck this shit, man. An embarrassment in white. The insurrection was the most embarrassing moments in white history. Not our history. Not Black history. Did you ever bring up that shit during Black History Month? Did that shit come up? Hell no. Fuck no. I saw Martin Luther King, Million Man March, old boy up there in New York, goddammit, with the statue, what's his name, goddammit? Frederick Douglass. Shit like that. What I saw during Black History Month. Didn't nothing about that insurrection shit come up. So we ain't got nothing to do with that shit. We had nothing at all. You might have saw maybe a couple crazy ass mixed motherfuckers out there that was raised around white folks all their life. A mixed motherfucker, a tan motherfucker, talk just like a white dude. Trump, Trump, Trump. Yeah, let's get him. The Proud Boys and shit. No, none of that. No, not no real niggas out here. Not no nigga like this. I sat back and watched the whole show. Right here, I watched the whole show. And watched these motherfuckers fly back to Vegas. Yeah, I was out there in Washington, man. I said, you know you're going to jail, right? You know they're looking for you. You know they're going to find your ass, right? White boy. Yeah. There's some white boys out here after Vegas flew out there to Washington and storm the Capitol. You trying to come back to Vegas like, no, they knew every motherfucker. They going to find every motherfucker out there. They still bringing motherfuckers in from that shit. Yeah, still going through the face recognition and all this old shit. So don't be surprised, white folks. Yeah, don't be surprised. It ain't over with yet. They're just going after the big fish right now. They're going to get back to y'all. They ain't forgot. A couple of you motherfucking spaces are still out there in the media. Still out there in the... See, there you go. Yeah. Then you got motherfuckers telling on you. Hey, yeah, he was there. Yeah, that's him. They're going to get your ass. It's not over yet. Now, just because y'all think Trump out here running around campaigning, that's a stand-up comedy tour, by the way. Me and Cuz will get on that tomorrow. We got some shit to talk to y'all about tomorrow. This ain't over. This is just a special reunion show, special edition, sponsored by me. Sponsored by Movie Man Doing, goddammit. Tune in tomorrow, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. It's going to be, what? 10 o'clock Central? What y'all, Central Time? 11 o'clock Central?
No, we Eastern. Yeah. So if it's 9 o'clock there, it'd be 7 o'clock here.
Yeah, so be
6 o'clock.
In.
6
Yeah,
o'clock.
early
Y'all
in the
3
morning.
hours.
It's gonna be
y'all 3 hours behind us.
Yeah, y'all see when I go live.
It'll be
it's
6 o'clock your time.
Noon, maybe 1 o'clock. Yeah, it'll be around that time. Just be ready. When I hit y'all with this goddamn link, it's a very special show. It's called Holmes Family Reunion 2024 show number 9. The title and the description will be "Get On." Get on. So I'm trying to get you on. I'm trying to put you on. Greta will be my co-host. She's gonna explain how we which steps you on. Greta, you on what step 2 right now? You did what
3.
you did 3. Greta on step 3. I'm gonna walk you through just step 1. Because step 1, it's gonna take you about a week to get it together. Then the next week, step 2, it's gonna take you about another week to get that shit together. Step 3, by the time you get to step 3, you're gonna be like, oh shit, okay. I see what he's about to do. I see what he's doing. And you won't even have to tune in by the end of the month. You can already get an idea in your head, like, okay, I know what to do with this shit. Don't worry about having subscribers and views and none of that. You don't need none of that right now. That's later. That's later. It's later on. Motherfuckers will charge you for when I'm gonna give it to you for fucking free. It's free game. Get on. It's not no long ass course. I'll probably take about 10, 15 minutes of your time. After that, we must continue on with the show. So tune in tomorrow. God damn it. Get ready for a very, very special number 9 show. God damn it. And Greta, God damn it, thank you for coming in, joining me. God damn it, co-host me, right? Girl, I love you.
As usual, I wouldn't be no place else.
Shit, you already know, girl. We about to go up, 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 up. God damn it. Shit.
I wouldn't be no place else.
Y'all get ready for tomorrow. God damn it. Any closing words tonight, cuz? Any special words for us, for the people out there?
Well, I did want to say this. I just hope that that we are paying attention to what's going on out here in the media world, and that affects each and every one of our lives and how we live and where we live. And it affects our economy, whether we want to believe it or not. If you don't believe it's true, when you go to the grocery store, you see how true it is of what's going on. Because the gas prices are high, food is high, everything has been surged up for a reason. Pay attention.
That's right.
It's been surged up for a reason. Now, tomorrow we're going to speak on the voting process and all of that. And I just suggest everybody tune in, because everybody may not know what the voting process is. You think you just go to the ballot, drop your vote, and that's it. No, It's more to it than that. So we want everybody to tune in so that you'll be aware, so that you can inform yourself. Not what we say, not what I say, not what Dushan say, but you can inform yourself about what it is that you see, and you can research and look into, because you have a tool now that we didn't have 20 years ago, 10 years ago. We didn't have this tool of social media where you can go out there and you can ask Google, or you can ask AI. AI will give information on whatever it is, the question you ask them.
Just depends on how you ask.
You ask the question, it's going to give you an answer on how you formulate the question. So if you ask them something, they're going to give you an answer. So we're trying to get everybody informed on everything that's going on now. I mean, this is just not gossip. This is real life. We just showing it of what it is. These are people's real lives that we're talking about, and what's going on in the world, and it's being broadcasted through social media.
I just got a whole lot of shit talk to mine, but hey, I talk a lot of shit. But what you find out, once you sit there and think about it, goddamn it, you'll see. I'm trying to keep you informed. Don't worry about how I said it, how I say it. This is how I do. Don't worry about that shit. Just take a heed of what I'm saying. I might
and
be
it's
a
all
little
out of
aggressive.
love.
I'm just
And it's
passionate.
all-
Just passionate.
Yeah.
Don't mistake my passion for aggression. God damn it.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's all out of love, though.
Yeah.
It's all out of love. You know, because we love our people. We love our family. We
Our
love
families,
everybody.
our friends, everybody.
Yes. Yes.
Good people.
Yes.
We love good
Because
people.
everybody's affected by this
Yeah.
in one way or another, whether you know it or not.
You're gonna need this side hustle. You're gonna need this game I give you tomorrow. Step one
Yeah.
tomorrow. The wages, your wages ain't gonna change. Your wages ain't gonna change no time soon.
You're gonna have to have a second
They'll
job.
probably give you a 20-cent raise pretty soon. A little 20 cent ain't gonna be shit. Or 50-cent raise ain't gonna do shit. No. I want y'all in a position where if a motherfucker get out of pocket on your job, you can cuss the ass out. Go on home and keep it moving. You'll see what I'm talking about. Tune in tomorrow, goddamn it. All right, cuz. You know I love you.
All right, I love you.
Everybody
love you
loves you, girl. All right, y'all.
I love you first.
All right, y'all. Peace. God damn it.